I have except the blue window.
All right, it is the time we've been waiting for all year, Vic. We are in the Super Bowl at the Reserve Poker Club. It is our $250,000 main event, and we're going to jump right into the action in just about 30 seconds.
Yes.
Vic, do you mind giving the people some of the numbers of day one, though? You have them all written down.
We've got numbers. We've got numbers to share with you. This is we're going to be feature tabling the, if that's a word, the
we'll
day
roll with it.
1B. But let's talk about day 1A. 18 players advancing to day 2. There were 179 entries today that started today at 11 a.m. and they concluded around 6:30, 7 o'clock, something like that. And we counted up their chip counts and gave them a receipt, and they'll be coming back for day 2. But in the meantime, a number of those players are right back at 1B this evening and playing. And tonight we had, for this 1B, we had 183, so I believe we're going to have 18 players as well. But now look at this, right into the action, first hand.
Ace Queen versus Pocket Tens right off the rip as these players are playing for a $50K guarantee first place prize, and there's an ace on the turn. And an eight. Well, we didn't waste any time, Vic.
No, didn't
Rushing
waste
right
any
into
time.
it. Big hand, Ace Queen versus Pocket Tens. I love it.
And
at our feature table.
And that was Gary sitting in seat 3, who I affectionately refer to from time to time as my big brother Gary. Just disclaimer, we are not related, but gotta love my some Gary. Unfortunately, he's getting knocked out. And now we are 9. Looks like we might be actually 8-handed.
8-handed at the feature.
8-handed right now at the feature. We have 9 tables remaining when we started this 15 minutes ago. And so as we start to break tables down, we will continue to stay here in the live stream. We'll also be giving you a shot of that main room. But the blinds are, right now, this is level number 9. We started up right after the 30-minute break, went into level 9, and now there are no re-entries, no entries, late registration, all that stuff is closed, and the blinds are 1,000, 2,000.
Wow, that's a new way to say Pepsi.
Pepsi.
And he's going to raise up to 5.5. Once again, blinds are 1 and 2K.
And Coach now has pocket 10s.
By the way, Coach with a solid cowboy hat ensemble with the gear. I mean, Coach.
Hey, just go to our Facebook page and you'll see how he and his wife were dressed up for the Partners team event.
And here comes Wesley the Warlock. He's coming along.
And we got a mystery hand. Wesley here. And Wesley, we typically see, I believe he lives up in Michigan a ways, we typically see him at these big events.
Oh, he's a very solid player. 6-9-3.
And a check over to Pepsi, who did hit a piece of this.
Yeah, this could be a trouble hand for him right now. Coach has pocket 10s. Pepsi with top pair. You never know what the Warlock has. Got a story about that, Vic, by the way, when we're out of a hand.
15,000.
Raise it up to 15,000. And Wesley gets out of the way. Coach putting the pressure on him here. And he's going to let it go. So second hand of the night, and Coach is going to improve his position, and he shows the pocket 10s.
Coach with the early show saying, I'm not playing around. I have an overpair. Respect my raises. Get out of the way.
I believe that's exactly what he was saying with that. Otis, how you doing, buddy? That's right. Everybody hit that like button.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. We know this is a late night. We've been going at it since literally 10:30 in the morning. The tournament started at 11. I know some of us got here even a lot earlier than that. But the tournaments have been going since 11 a.m. this morning. We were trying our best to get you guys live action, get you a first look at the events. We're going to be able to kind of look at the action also in the other room. You said there's 9 tables total, right, including this one?
So there's 8 more out there in the actually, by the time I walked out, there was 9, but we started level 9 with 10 tables, including this one.
Everyone's got the game face. Yeah, and if you're just tuning in, maybe you heard about this live stream because you have a friend on here or you found it on YouTube. Right now you are turning into the largest poker tournament at the Reserve Poker Club history. This is a $250,000 guaranteed, $260 buy-in. $50K is guaranteed for first place. And this is day 1B. We have 6 day 1 flights on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m.
Yep, 2 each.
Day 2 is on October 29th at noon, and that'll be the restart. Also, Vic, by the way, was showing me the standings basically from day 2. We anywhere from 2.3 million down to 60,000.
Yeah,
was the range?
so I know that's going to be the next question people ask. I do have a quick snapshot, and we will be posting this later on Facebook. But day 1A, first the highest chip count, Cody B.
I was about to say, at
with
least there's top
2,275,000. Timothy M. with 1,376,000. Selby rounds up the top 5 at number 4 with the 500,000. And then there's some folks down there at the bottom. They're happy to bag, and if you double bag, remember you get a $1,200 double bag bonus. Here we go back to the action.
Yeah, Coach out flops pocket 5s with his ace-4 suited. And right now, Coach has the momentum, Vic.
I was gonna pull.
Yeah. And so let's break this down in terms of, there's our chip count here. And remember now, this is the chip count for this feature table. We do have 9 other tables, soon to be 8 other tables out there in the main room.
Oh, there it is, right there. Nice little panning.
I love that shot. Look at that, panning around.
And we were full today, weren't we, Vic?
We were.
The action was going great.
It was.
By the way, shout out to everyone. There was multiple players who brought in donuts, pies,
Oh, my
snacks
goodness.
for all of us while we were dealing today. Want to give a shout out to the Reserve family. We appreciate you. Look at that Michigan hat, by the way. Go blue. Brian Thompson on the message board saying Mac Attack is back. There's some love for Mackie at the table, who is a member of one of the most prestigious fantasy football leagues in all of Michigan. I know he's got a lot of love and support in the room, in the chat.
Uh-oh, here's the nemesis.
And here comes the Mac Attack.
Mac Attack with the nemesis, King Jack.
Oh, and Cheyenne has queens.
Has queens.
She's in great shape
Back
right here.
over to Jeff Wilkie, a very familiar face on our live stream and on these final table tournaments. And Wesley gets out of the way, so we're going to go heads up here. Mackey's tournament life.
No,
at
Mackie has a
stake.
oh, he is. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he's
right.
all in for 32,000.
I'm not gonna stand up because it didn't work.
Oh no,
so
this is
last time.
Cheyenne's.
I'm
This
too
is
tough to get
Cheyenne's all in. This is her all in
And
moment.
Wesley's putting him at risk with the 7-5 of diamonds.
Mackey's just going to wind up with a little bit left over if he.
And we got a flush draw for the Mac Attack against an overpair. And does he hit on the river?
No.
And a blank.
That wasn't a club?
The queens hold up,
That's why it didn't turn into a club. 'Cause
Oh,
you
should
stood
I?
up.
and we pretty much. I think he's got maybe 2,000 left there.
It was.
Hard break for the Mac Attack right there, but let's see, chip in a chair, the old saying.
So
And Vic, the first casualty we've seen of the Nemesis, though,
yeah,
right off the rip, King Jack, troubled hand. It looks pretty. False alarms, folks. It can get you in trouble.
so again from day 1A, which was 11 o'clock this morning, and they concluded around 6:30, 7 o'clock, I believe, because we had 18, only played down to 18 players. And the top chip count in that day 1A, 2.275 million for Cody. And there's 4 people at 500,000 or above.
Like I
There.
said, oh, here he goes, Mac.
We'll get back to that.
All in moment.
We promise to give you more information.
By the way, the ultimate Victory Cigar of Poker, guys,
17,000.
he's locked and loaded today. He is the encyclopedia of knowledge. I was really impressed with my partner as he came in. He's been dealing all day. He's got 2 pages of notes ready to go. The excitement's there. $250,000 guaranteed prize pool on the line. And, oh, man, Johnny with pocket aces now. Man, Mac Attack cannot get... Oh, can he find a little luck?
Well, he'll need quite a bit of luck.
Talk away.
He's 12% going into
Oh,
the
and
flop,
there's a
but he hits a
king.
king.
All in.
Johnny's just going to go all in and get Wesley to lay that down.
Aces versus King 4.
Johnny's going to take down the side pot.
Does the Mac Attack have a turn or a river in his favor against Johnny with pocket aces? Shout out to Eric Karras, by the way, on the message board. Thanks for tuning in.
And you can see the outs up there on the top right-hand side.
And there's a 5.
That's not one
Needs
of
a
them.
king or a 4 to stay alive.
No.
Oh,
That's it for Mackey.
Jeff Mackey, nice run.
Can't get any better than that.
So from day 1A, we have 5 people that are below 200,000. Steve J at 18, Steve Johnson 60,000. So he's got a Miles bagged with 128,000. Then Jake in 16, 138,000. Corey S with 154,000. Bob K, 191,000. So that's rounding out our bottom 5 of the 18.
By the way, the name that sticks out to me too, Miles, who we've seen on here. Even if he just bags, he's going for the double bag.
Oh,
he's probably pretty happy making day 2. I see him being here tomorrow and Saturday. Wouldn't be surprised if he's playing at our feature table on day 2. And here's Pepsi with pocket 10s.
Yeah, under the gun, he's going to go all in.
He has 23.5K.
And now we've got Ashton, who sits down, and the first hand he gets here at the feature table is Pocket Kings.
Life is good. You got pocket kings. You sit on your first hand at the feature table on the live stream, and 10s push all into you.
Now Johnny here's got a tough decision with ace 10, but he does let it go. This is all about watching people get knocked out at this point.
And action is flying around, Vic.
Man.
Pocket 10s versus pocket kings. 50K guaranteed for first place on the line.
Yeah, we almost need bar stools instead of chairs there that swivel so that we can get the people in and out quickly here at the feature table, because it has been action-packed. Under the gun,
Buckle up,
Pepsi,
folks.
all in. This is his tournament life at stake. This is a $260 buy-in. No add-on. No add-on at the break.
And now we have a Jack 9-7 rainbow flop. Pocket 10s pick up a gut shot.
What do I do?
Need a 10 or an 8.
10 or an 8.
And an ace comes. The kings hold.
Rules is like brutal.
Long live the king, Vic.
Long live the Kings. Yeah.
Headphones.
And Ashton sitting down at the feature table first hand, getting kings and having pocket 10s, a low stack shoving all into you. That is what you call a perfect storm. You don't have to risk your whole stack. You add a nice size to it.
And if you're just joining us, this is the Reserve Poker Club, 5105 Glendale Avenue in Toledo, Ohio. This is day 1B. Day 1A concluded about 6:30, 7 o'clock today when we had 18 people advance to day 2. We have 183 buy-ins for day 1B, so there will be another 18 people moving on to day 2. We are definitely down now to nine tables. This is one of them, so there's 8 tables in the main room. And then our feature table here. And we will only be going tonight until we get down to the 18 places that move on. So this is the chip count again just for this feature table.
Meet you the big blind.
Coach came in here with I think around 70,000 or something, so he's improved. Derek, comfortable chip lead against this table, has been just biding his time. We have seen Jeff Wilkie here. He's now at 18 big blinds.
Do not sleep on Jeff. He is a dangerous player, Vic.
Yeah.
We have mentioned on multiple live streams he's been at multiple final tables of our big events. With 18 bigs left, he's still not in panic mode. It's a marathon, not a race.
Otis, I've written it down. I've made myself a note. I'm good at writing notes. Sometimes I'm good at following my notes. But we'll get that 4XL Merlot shirt ordered for you, without a doubt.
Oh, there we go. Wesley, the Warlock.
The Warlock picking up pocket aces. And just going to limp in here. We're at 1,000, 2,000 with a 1,000 ante. This is level number 9.
Getting a little sneaky. And now look at Derek on the big blind with king, queen suited. Is he going to stay disciplined? Is he going to bump it up? And he 3-bets it up to 93K.
Wesley goes all in. Derek makes a quick call because he can. I mean, he's basically the chip leader here at this table.
And that's the sorcery of the Warlock, being deceptive, sneaking in with those pocket aces.
Yep.
Laying his trap.
but he's going to want to dodge some clubs here.
And look at that ace right at the window.
Right in
Vic.
the window.
Needs to runner, club, or straight. Nope, that doesn't do it. That's all she wrote.
Yep. And you hear that bell go off in the background. That means that we are going to level 10. Level 10 now.
So, yeah, Vic, while we were dealing the other day,
Yeah.
Wesley came in, and he had like a black hood. And someone was talking about how we have a nickname with the wizard. And he goes, man, doesn't he look like a wizard? And I was like, well, we can't use the wizard.
Yeah.
So it's got to be the warlock.
Gotta be
And
the
I don't know
warlock.
if he heard me, if he was listening to his earbuds or not, but he just kept casually just going about his business. And so Wesley the Warlock was born.
Yeah.
And he's a very solid Texas Hold'em player. Seen him many times playing here. He's been on our live stream. Definitely after that double up, he can be dangerous. Be on alert. He could get a run in him. He mixes it up well. He'll play about a half an hour where he'll play a little loose, and then he'll play tight aggressive. I've seen him play many times.
These 6 flights, 2 of them exhausted today now after this one's over. 4 more to go, Friday and Saturday. $260 buy-in, 40,000 in starting stack, and they are 25-minute levels. If you make it to day 2, I should say when you make it to day 2, then there will be 35-minute levels. You advance to day 2 with the better of your 2 stacks if you do happen to double bag.
Cheyenne, by the way, just bumped it up to 11.5K with her queen jack. Jeff behind with ace 8 suited. Understand the whole table. But now Johnny with big slick suited.
It's not my intention, I assure you.
I hear a familiar
Scuba Steve in the house.
Scuba Steve who bagged already once.
Yeah,
He's going
bagged in
after
the
that
morning.
double bag already. But let's take a look at what Johnny decides to do in the cutoff.
It looks like he's going to bump it up. Price of poker is going up, folks. Like I said, Vic,
3 bets it to 55,000.
ever since we went to the feature table, the action has just picked up immensely.
Wesley got some new life there, and now he folds his hand back over to Cheyenne.
Yeah, it's one thing raising with Queen Jack, trying to take down some blinds, maybe just getting a call and seeing a flop, but she pretty much couldn't just smooth call
No.
that amount of her stack. It was either shove or fold. She made the
Right.
proper fold. And by the way, shout out to Scuba Steve, like Vic was saying, made day 2 already.
We had 18 people make it to day 2 from our day 1A, which started this morning at 11 a.m. This 1B started at 6 p.m. And we had 183 entrants in that, so we'll see 18 people as well advance to day 2. The top stack from day 1A, $2,275,000 for Cody B. And speaking of Steve Johnson, a.k.a. Scuba Steve, he made it, number 18, but with 60,000. So he has an opportunity now. He now has 52,000 in this day
8,000.
He's going to bump it up
1B.
with ace 10.
You knew
under the gun, ace 10.
And he's an action player, Vic.
Yes, he
I've
is.
seen this game played once on TV.
And he likes to mix it up,
I
too.
have said this
Derek
too.
with the suited king 3 comes along. Coach now with 8-4 offsuit. Says goodbye. Now pocket 4s for the Warlock. And
Yeah.
he puts on the squeeze.
Yep, this is
Nice play.
definitely the Warlock's MO. Right now the hood is down around his neck, but he looks pretty ominous when he's got that hood up around there. Pocket 4s.
I like how he doesn't give away he doesn't give away many tells at all, if any, at the table.
21,000 plus for Steve to call here. That would be half of his remaining stack,
Folds.
and he's going to let it go.
And nice hand, Wesley.
Wow, Wesley continues to climb inch by inch. 60 viewers right now. Thank you so much for joining the Reserve Poker Club, 5105 Glendale Avenue in Toledo, Ohio. This is a feature table. We're going to be bringing you this action until we are down to 18 players. Those 18 players will go on to day 2, which starts Sunday at noon. 35-minute blinds will be on day 2.
By the way, smash those thumbs up, guys. Thank you so much. This is an impromptu. We didn't know what time we were getting on today, but we wanted to bring you some day one events.
Yeah. Mike is asking for an 11 a.m. session tomorrow.
Good luck with that one on a Friday.
So Friday is a big day for us. I mean, granted, we had 179 players in the morning session and 183 for this. We're going to be way beyond that for those 2 sessions tomorrow, Dominic. Yeah. And
the trouble with the 11 a.m.s too, Vic, you know, if you guys don't know, we also have our 6 p.m. start time. So these overlap a little bit.
Yeah.
So in the middle of the day, it gets a little crazy.
Heads up action now. Blind versus blind. And nothing there for Scuba Steve. He's going to need some help to improve. That
There's
doesn't
an open
help.
ender. The 9-8. 6-4 as a gut shot.
I liked it a lot better when I had that hit. I had 6-4.
I had 8-9.
You're crushing me.
I had at least 3.
And look, the Warlock can even win with 9 high.
Yes.
I'm telling you what, the sorcery, he's on the comeback. Wesley's now up to 53K. He was down in the low 20s.
Sean says he'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah, shout out to Sean. Thanks for tuning in.
Hope you're going to be going after a double bag, Sean.
Go Lions.
If you double bag, you receive $1,200. That's paid immediately. We take top 10% from each flight moving on to day 2. The minute you bag in a flight, we also give you $300 cash. So we count your chips and give you a receipt so that we have the accurate number of chips going into day 2 for your seat, and then hand you $300. $250,000 prize pool guarantee. We're going to talk about that a little bit and then talk about day 2 start at noon and what that's going to mean besides the 35-minute blinds.
Oh, now we got a new player also sitting at
We've
the
got
table.
2 new players.
Oh, beautiful. We must have broke a table. And Derek with King 9. An early impression, he was trying to see a flop with King 3 to a raise suited. Now King 9.
So, Mike, that is a restart at noon, and typically what we do is we take the average chip count, and that's how we figure out the blind levels. Our experience here between Dom and I in many of these tournaments is that the day 2 start is around 3,000, 6,000 blind levels.
Other people do it.
I believe Vic is
Starting
right
blind.
on,
Pretty excited.
right on the money with that call. And now look at here, Derek with a gut shot to a straight, also a 9 high flush. Coach has the best made hand still with 6s, also has a flush draw, a lower one.
Me too. Bad yard.
Coach is going to see another card. And now an 8 of hearts on the turn. Coach still in the lead.
I'm with all the double baggers.
Derek does have many outs, a 9, a jack, a king, any spade. As you can see, he has 14 outs up top.
Took me a second.
And he
He's gonna
placed a
wanna go.
bet out there, and just way too many big cards out there for the coach to make the call, even though he was in the lead.
The double bag ball.
You know, and
And
early on,
with-
like we said, we saw Eric try to see a flop to a raise with the suited King 3. Now
Right.
with King 9 bumping it up. It looks like he's playing some big stack poker.
Yes, he is.
I like seeing that from him. He's got 249K. The next person, I mean, even if he makes a mistake, is only at 87.5. So Derek has a huge advantage right now. And like I said, Vic was listing off the chip leaders of the day, and there was only 2 players total over $1 million. One had just under 2.3 million. The other one had just under 1.4 million. Third place was at 554,000. So it just shows you Cody B and Timothy M. Huge advantages going into day 2. So if you're around, 300 to 500,000, you're right there.
Yes.
You're right there. You're in the middle. You're right in the middle of the pack. It takes one hand, and then you become a major player.
Sometimes it doesn't read perfectly.
I mean, personally, I would think if you want to really feel comfortable, about 400 to 500K would make you feel really good because you're one double up away from getting around where the chip leaders are.
And you bring up a good point from today, just to piggyback on that, there are 7 people that have between 300,000 and 416,000. So that seems to be a pretty comfortable sweet spot. If you are at $500,000 going into day 2, as far as things stand right now,
You're in really good shape.
and if the blinds start at 3,000, 6,000, which is kind of what they typically do.
You'll
Let's
be
get
in the
back
top
to the
40%.
Yeah.
3 players going to the flop here, Vic. We have a 10-3 king board, all spades. Right now, Jeff is the only one with a flush draw. Ace high is the best made hand, and there's a 7. Now that pairs Derek and Jeff. And now Jeff with his pair of 7s and a flush draw is going to lead out. I like this, putting the pressure on everyone else. Yeah, and this should take it down.
4 diamonds up there.
I have 2 diamonds in it.
So a much-needed pot there for Jeff Wilkie. He is sitting at 16 big blinds right now. Steve is down at 10.
I had a runner, straight possibility that it wouldn't have been.
And
even
in
if I
seat
did
number
get it, so-
8,
'Cause it
I
would've
believe
been
that's going to be
lower.
seat number
Well, 'cause the
9.
flush is there.
Oh, yeah, that too.
So it's like, all right.
So Rodney is in seat number 1.
I was about to say, I know Rodney very well.
The young man there in seat number 9, I've dealt to him a couple times today, a couple different tables as things got moved around.
And we'll be updating those names as soon as we get them.
And I have to confess I don't know his name. He seems to be a very solid player, but he's going to... And no, we've got to get those counts right and those positions right, if you can hear me, guys.
I'll have to get a count. 7,000. Will you count your chips?
We are on a 15-minute delay, and
Okay.
it's like they heard Vic right then and there. Wow, that's
Yeah, he needs
impressive.
to know.
Vic.
Well, I think they already knew that they had to get an accurate count here.
By the way, Mike, the reset is on Sunday.
Including this?
And Otis, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Message board. Love when you guys stay active. Thank you for being a part of this, tuning in.
Janet.
$250,000 guaranteed in the prize pool. $50K for first.
Jana Wilkie checking in, her husband here at seat 7.
7,000.
We saw him make the final table the other night.
We got multiple players in this hand. This is a nice little pot builder, Vic. 27K in the middle. We have a mystery hand
from Johnny in the big blind.
Cozy.
But we're going to go 4-handed into this flop with the Nemesis as part of it.
Steve trying to hit a set with those
4 players.
pocket deuces, the Mighty Ducks hand. And we got a 8-7-8 board. Right now, Steve showing the best of it.
$10,000.
A little semi-bluff here with King High.
He was the pre-flop aggressor. So I believe he made a raise pre-flop. And now Johnny with the mystery hand. 2 hearts and 2 8s on the board.
Well, someone's got to keep him honest, right?
There's an ace.
Not the card you want to see when you have King Jack and you're firing with the air.
Johnny does check it to him.
Yeah, a lot of times players might float an ace if they're a non-believer, but Johnny must not have that hand.
Wow.
Let's go.
And the Nemesis
Takes down a pot.
takes down a pot. Let's get the Sharpie out and write another mark on the wall here back here in the commentator's
Now,
booth.
the Nemesis didn't earn that. That was a bluff, though. That was the player, not the hand.
Well,
you got to give
okay.
the player props on that.
Okay.
Dude, can I erase that Sharpie, Vic?
Well, it's too late because it's a Sharpie. I mean, I don't know how you
Fine.
do that.
I guess
When
we'll
it's a
keep it as
Sharpie.
1. I guess we'll keep it as 1.
Here's your ante.
I didn't know.
There we go. And Jana Wilkie, as long as you're on here right now, I'm going to take a minute to talk about the Toys for Tots program. And I got a message from Jeff the other day that said, I don't know what you said on the live stream, but all of a sudden Jana says she's going shopping for toys.
I know, I love it.
Yeah. And so we've got a Toys for Tots program starting on October 31st, and we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to try to make
Very
as
shortly.
many kids super happy for Christmas as possible.
Oh, my gosh. Just a great program.
I think the older you get, Vic, the more you appreciate it. You know, whether you have grandkids, nieces, children, you know, giving presents, seeing a smile on a kid's face.
So Mike Seifert begs to differ. A win is a win. So, yes, that's a win for
Fine, Mike.
the
We'll
Nemesis.
keep it. We'll keep the tally. One for the Nemesis tonight, Mike.
Blinds are at $1,500, $3,000, and $1,500. Andy Coach is going to limp in with ace-4. Wesley with pocket nines. Looks like he made a raise. He raised it up to 12-5.
Oh, Johnny with ace-queen suited. Here's a real hand.
And Nam now in the big blind. He just took a pot down with the king-jack. Great move that he made. And Coach is going to come along here.
Bad shape right now, though, Coach.
Yep. So now we're going to go three-handed into this flop.
3 players.
The Warlock Wesley, pocket nines, and there's an ace. Oh, and a 9. Oh, boy.
Big hand alert, folks. 42K in the middle. Ace-queen versus mid-set.
It is rainbow. Let's see what Johnny does here. He's reaching down there for chips.
17-5.
He's going to make the bet 17,500. Nice fold there by Coach. Gets out of the way even though he hit top pair. And what will the Warlock do here with this set of nines?
You gotta let the door close.
Sure. I just leave this. Keep the riffraff out. That's true. Heads up.
Pretty sure they can't have the music leak into the live stream.
I mean, as long as it's just in the background, it's usually not that bad.
All in now here. Johnny's going to go all in. He hit his queen 2 pair. This is going to be a snap
What
ball
a
from
money
Wesley.
card for the Warlock.
This is a big hand.
The sorcery continues. He even gets the money card on the turn.
And just 3 outs now for Johnny.
What a cooler that we're seeing. 2 pair versus a set of nines. Top 2 pair versus 3 of a kind. Johnny isn't dead, though. He could hit an ace or a queen. We did see Coach throw one in the muck. Oh, that was a sweater. What's in that paint out there?
Sure was.
But Wesley survives.
No, he doesn't.
So Johnny's going to be getting some change back here.
I had an ace with the weak kicker.
And now a big hand here for Wesley.
He's up to 150K just like that from around 20.
April loves golf. How many women signed up out of our 183 for 1B, or how many signed up for our 1A of 179? I could make a guess. We don't necessarily sort things like that in our computer, but I'm going to go with an average of
20 in each?
2 women per table.
Yeah, I was going to say about 20 in each, I would say.
So 10.
I'd show you.
There's Sherry right there.
Yeah.
No, she's ugly. That's why she's
We got
mine.
one at the final table right now. I know Rose was playing. Kathy was playing.
So somewhere between 10 and 15% of the field, overall field,
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
in each of the flights today was probably women. That's going to be my guess.
Right, obviously cute enough to make him give
Yeah, there's Rose actually sitting at the table. Looks like she got a little unlucky. She's sitting in the far corner at that
Yes.
shot. We love
And-
Rose. Shout out to Rose.
And if you're just joining us, this is just a feature table here, not just because the action's been incredible so far for our day
She was ugly. I'm not saying
1B.
By the way, we're at 29 likes. If you can smash and hit that like button. Once we hit 30, we get in the first layer of the algorithm that puts us in those random searches on YouTube. 30, 50, and 100. So help us get to 30. We just need one more, and then onward to 50 quick. The faster we get there, it helps the live stream so much. And by the way, thank you everyone. Vic, we have hit 2,500 subscribers, halfway to 5,000, which was the goal that you and me have set out. When we hit 1,000, we said we wanted to get 2,500 next. Once we hit 2,500, 5,000 is the next goal. So thank you guys so much for hitting a new tier for us. Onward the 5K, we're halfway
I
there.
had the nut flush draw, but for some reason I put them on two
And
pairs.
don't forget, besides
I had a pair with the nut flush draw. I was like, all right, I can
4
still
more
feed 'em with
flights to
aces,
go here
feed 'em
between
with
Friday
fours,
and Saturday.
feed 'em with
Also on Sunday is
Wow.
our seniors event, and the seniors event starts at 4 p.m. on Sunday. That's a $125 entry. That is 20-minute levels and late entry until number 9.
Give a shout out to
And-
the people, Vic, real quick.
45,
45.
just like
We
that.
went from 29 to 45 in literally 1 minute.
Wow. Man, you're like the Pied Piper. There's no add-on for the seniors event. The starting stack is 30,000. You have to be 50 plus
16.
to play in that event.
Big hand alert, folks. Ace King offsuit raises it up to 16.5. Wesley now with pocket nines. And he's been on fire. And look at the advantage here,
Yeah, but I
Vic.
think that's why, yeah.
Steve has ace 7 right there, and also king 4. So a couple of Ashton's outs are going in the muck right now. Oh, wait, Steve's coming along. He wants to see a flop with a suited ace 7. Now Cheyenne gets it away. Fold. Got a couple more folds around the table. Derek lets go of his king 10 suited and hearts. So now we've seen 2 kings go in the muck, Vic.
Wow.
Pocket nines are in great shape right now for Wesley.
He gets these again. Rodney in the big blind.
I mean, you're wondering, are you priced in to try to see a dirty flop? Oh, he comes along. I mean, right now, you look at his stack, he's trying to play a big one. He's already in there.
Yep.
I mean, I would rather have the 8-6 than like an ace-7, I guess you could say. Obviously, you don't know that you're sharing hearts. You're
Right.
hoping your hearts are live right now. But we got 4 players, 72K in the middle, Vic. And pocket nines are in great shape because we've seen aces and kings in the muck. Some players are sharing, and look at that, a couple of 5s with the deuce.
Rainbow board here.
And if you're Wesley right now, and you're looking at what everyone has,
17.
he might bump this up to like 50,000.
55.
55, there we go.
Good guess. Good call. 55,000 now from Wesley with pocket nines, clearly in the lead.
This is it.
Steve is going to push all the rest of his chips in with the ace-7 of hearts. Back over to Ashton. A grumpy
go
look
with
there
ace-king.
from Ashton. And here comes the nines.
Still hit one of those guys. Or running hearts.
Looking for one of those or running hearts. And
Actually,
One of the aces
that
just
is
went in the
yours,
muck.
but give me the 8,500.
Give it back to him.
Give me just the 85. And then you get the rest.
And we have 97K in the pot right now. As you can see, there's Steve's outs. He needs either runner hearts or he's got 2 aces left in the deck.
Height closer down.
And there's a heart.
Oh,
Wow, that just
boy.
opened up the door.
oh boy.
So
Ooh, what
No.
a sweat right there. It was a diamond, Vic.
Yeah. All right, so that's Steve's day 1B, but Steve did qualify for day 2
if I would've
via
seen
the day 1A,
Oh, yeah.
and I know he'll be back somewhere between now and the next 4 flights to try to double bag.
A legend is being born right now, the Warlock. I'm
The
telling
Warlock.
you, he was down the around 20K, folks. You're seeing a rush from the Warlock Wesley. Warlock Wesley is on a tear right now. Congratulations, my friend, as you are moving up to the chip leader tied. Just around 20K
Yeah.
when we started the live stream, and now he's up to 237.
Yeah.
Talk about getting your cards at the right time when the blinds
Exactly.
are high.
Yep.
And playing some great poker. Love that bump up to 55K, just basically putting the pressure on.
Take care.
You go.
Getting rid of all the riffraff.
And at 5 big blinds down there at the bottom, at least at this table. Wesley, queen, jack of clubs.
Yeah, the heater continues. Nice hand here.
He's going to
Queen,
call
jack
the
of
3,000, and there's the bell in the background, means that this level is ending, and the blinds will be going up next hand. Back over to Nam now. 10-5 of clubs lets it go.
clubs. If I remember correctly, I think they're going to be at 2.5 and 5K.
Oh,
There's
And
Rodney with the
Rodney,
pair.
pocket sixes, he's going to go all in.
And you're going to start seeing more of this, folks. Right now, there'll be a certain tier. Probably right now, until we get to about 5 tables left, Vic,
Yeah.
where the chip stacks are. It's like, if you're not in the top 3, you either need a double up or go. Playing for that day 2, top 10% advance.
44.
Like I said, we can see that if Wesley could see this hand, he would definitely be gambling with it, but it's a lot harder. Obviously, when you're at the table, you don't know what he has.
He is the chip leader now at this table.
You know the old saying, though, Vic, sometimes play your heater when you have it, though.
Yes, right.
If you got momentum, if you're feeling it, play your heater.
And he is. Now back over to Derek, who's going to get out of the way, and we're going to go heads up.
And we got 95.5K, Rodney versus Wesley.
Rodney's flight 1B
And a weak ace.
at risk here. Here comes the flop.
And there's a jack. The rush is continuing right now unless a 6 comes on the river. Ooh, a 9.
Man.
Remember, we had the king that looked like a queen. Now
Yeah.
the 9 looked like the 6. But
Right.
the Warlock now taking down another 95.5K pot. He is over 300K. Right time at the right place for the rush of cards to come at the feature table of this $250,000 guaranteed prize pool. 50K guaranteed for first place. And judging by our first day, Vic, we can't guarantee this. This is just my prediction. I said I think we're going to hit 300K. We are on pace for that right now.
Yeah.
Especially for a Thursday. Fridays
So
are
Mike,
normally our busiest
Mike, to
days.
answer your question, whatever you qualify with in the given flight, like today, the chip leader from 1A is going forward to Sunday with 2,275,000, and that's their stack. Unless they double bag and they happen to get more than that, then they would turn in the lower of the 2 stacks and restart Sunday at noon
5,000.
with the bigger of those 2 stacks. The blinds will be based upon the average chip stack, and
West-
what we have seen in the past is that is usually around 6,000, 3,000. 6,000 in the big and 3,000 in the small. But that will be determined when we complete all 4 of our flights. Now Ashton here in the big blind with ace-jack, and he's going to push all in. He's going to put the pressure on. Wesley,
What a nice read right here by Ashton.
yep.
Good time to take down a nice little pot here.
And we are in round 11. The blinds are 2,500 and 5,000 with a $2,500 ante.
Yeah, taking these down right now.
Jeff would need all of his chips here to make this call, and he'd be behind 3-1. Ashton would be a 3-1 favorite here.
I know Jana's watching, rooting her husband on, saying, Jeff, wait for a different hand. Jeff doesn't look like he's in love with it. I understand. Calling with ace-8 is normally not a great thing when someone pushes all in. Now, if you want to shove with it, maybe put the pressure on. You have a read on a player thinking he's got a tweener hand. That's a different story. Maybe if you think he's got a queen jack, king 9. Ooh, it looks like the pump fake. Oh, I don't know, Vic. The mannerisms are telling me he's the inner battle.
He's actually, I think, convinced himself to fold and now talking himself into make this call.
Give me a little help.
He's going to be behind here.
What do we have over there?
Ace jack.
Oh, you got me.
And here we go to the flop. Now this is a 102K pot. Jeff's still live though, 23%. Ashton looking to build up that stack. If he wins this pot, he'll be pretty healthy. Both players. I said blinds have just went up to 5,000 for the big.
And here comes the flop from young Patrick.
And a 5 right in the window, followed with a 9 and an ace. And the ace of spades even puts another stranglehold on it. And yeah, there it is.
That's going to be it for Jeff's
Good luck, y'all.
Jeff, always
Day
a pleasure,
1B.
by the way, having you in the room, my
very
friend.
much so.
One
Let's
of our
talk
favorites.
Yeah, speaking of Jeff Wilkie, because Jana has already, his wife has already started shopping for Toys for Tots. Beginning October 31st, the Reserve Poker Club is honored to be a party to the United States Marine Corps Toys for Tots program. In 2022, the U.S. Marines distributed 22,170 toys to 5,998 children in Toledo and surrounding area. The generous poker players of the reserve enabled us to contribute to that. Last year, we raised $10,000 worth of toys and cash to be part of that wonderful cause. And between October 31st and through the end of our winter series, which will be probably December 16th, I believe, in that time frame, any one of our tournaments that you come into play, if you bring in at least a $5 cash donation or a toy, a brand new toy purchased unwrapped, then you will get a $5,000 add-on to your starting stack for that tournament. So any tournament, all tournaments that we run starting on October 31st, this is when we're going to start our Toys for Tots program. And if you remember, Dominic, last, or you weren't here, but we had this beautiful tree in the corner here of the live stream room, and it was just covered in toys. And we had so much fun with that program. It was quite an honor to be able to be part of that, and we really would love to crush that $10,000 this year, see if we can at least double that. It was our first year ever doing it, and that'll start on the 31st. That's Halloween. We're going to get to Halloween and dressing up for our live stream here in a minute.
Other way starting
But
Halloween,
let's get
too.
back to this action now with Cheyenne. How many times have we seen pocket nines at this table so far? We just started, for crying out loud.
Vic, I think this is at least
Man.
the third time we've seen pocket nines, and
Yeah.
it's been pretty successful so far. Let's see if Cheyenne keeps up the momentum with pocket nines. And it looks like she might take this down. Yeah.
And she does.
And right now, that's a victory.
That is a big
10K?
big, yeah, I mean, you're getting 10,000 between the big and small blind and the ante. But we will be closed on October 30th. That's Monday, October 30th. We are only closed a few days of the year, taking the Monday off after this huge 2-week event. Get everybody to recharge their batteries here at the Reserve so that we can continue to bring you quality and value, something that we pride ourselves in here. We are the Reserve, 5105 Glendale Avenue in Toledo, Ohio.
I was gonna say, I was gonna ask him what his last name was, food or what?
Jana, that's the thing about being able to sit here and watch the cards, and this is all a 15-minute delay. They're in the live stream room, isolated from us, and no matter how much you yell and scream, don't do it, don't do it, they can't hear us. So
Jeff's a great poker player, though. He'll bounce back.
And he's also one that's working hard at his game. Coach now hits pocket tens and a raise from Derek and calls from Anthony and Coach. And here we go, three-handed, 2 kings on the flop.
Pocket 10 still best.
But Anthony, with his big chip stack, he's going to make a stab at this. Coach looking down. Needs 17,000 to call. And he does make the call.
I think we've had worse things than that, Tyler.
Derek doesn't know it, but he's behind. He's got 4 outs. He needs.
And Coach still in the lead?
Coach still in the lead.
Chase around, showdown.
And they're going to check around, go to showdown. Coach is going to take this pot down. This is a much-needed pot here for Coach.
Yeah, 82K in that pot. Nice hand, Coach. Adds 50K to his stack.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Very, very much.
And it looks like we're getting close to 50 likes. If you're just
Close
tuning
to
in,
50
please
likes,
hit
and
that
there
like
is the
button.
main room. And it looks like there are 5 tables there with our 1 table. So we are at least, we are 60 players left, maybe a little bit less than that. We'll see if we can get that graphic up on the top right-hand corner changed where it says 93 players left, but that does give you the total count for this. We had 183 entries into Day 1B. And Day 1A completed around 7 o'clock. Here's an all-in now for Johnny. Under the gun with 7-5 of hearts. Blinds at 2,500, 5,000, and 2,500 for the ante. And Tane has now joined us, coming in with 163,000. He lets that go back over to Coach with the King 9. Coach doesn't know it, but he's right behind him is an ace-jack offsuit. But Coach is going to get out of the way, lay that down.
Yeah, I think he's going to definitely come along.
There's a call. Wesley, if he was in the room,
he's
would have
all
had
in.
5-4.
Yeah, no, that's
He wants to isolate.
Day 1B
41K in the middle here, 7-5
Life
suited.
at stake here for Johnny with 7-5 of hearts.
That's what I was counting on.
Good luck, good luck.
Why do I tell Johnny good luck? Good luck, Johnny. I mean, you only got behind to the flop.
And there's a king right in the window file with the 8 and a deuce.
Love to.
And now a flush draw comes into play. Ooh, and the
Oh.
ace-jack holds. Ashton taking out another player.
You are so
That's 2 now.
animated.
Johnny, thanks for playing. Always appreciate you. Good luck, my friend, in the future. And it looks like we're down to 58 players left. 6 tables remain.
And with Johnny going out, that means we're probably at 57 players left. We are playing down to 18 players. 18 players from Day 1B will advance to Day 2. We had 18 players from this morning session. Started at 11 a.m. They finished up around 7 p.m. And of those 18 players, Cody B bagging 2,275,000, and our low stack out of those 18 people, Steve Johnson, we just saw him got eliminated, but he has bagged 60,000. When you bag, you receive $300 immediately. When you double bag, you also receive $1,200 immediately. We're taking top 10% from each flight. We have 2 flights tomorrow and 2 flights on Saturday. Coach is going to come along for 5,000. Wesley, not in the room, would have had Queen 7 of diamonds. Cheyenne's going to complete here, and now the big blind for Nam. He's got 100,000 there, but we've got 4-handed going into this flop. Cheyenne will be first to act here. She's in the small blind, King 3.
We got a 4-10-4 board, couple of diamonds, top
Ooh.
pair for Derek,
Nam.
but a 3 of a kind for Nam.
Yep. And he's going to check it. And Derek's going to bet there with his king, with his 10, with his king kicker.
And as he should with 2 diamonds, majority of the time you're in the lead.
And now let's see what Nam does here. Well, you and I both dealt to him several times today. We're not necessarily familiar with him or his style of play. He's going to make the call.
Now a 5. That looks like a blank. Oh, nice check. Literally making it look like he's on diamonds right now.
Yes. This is going to probably get expensive for Derek unless a 10 comes on the river.
What was I
And
gonna
he
do?
might get pushed on right now, actually. There might
No,
be
actually,
enough
the
in
10.
there.
Yeah.
He's only got 88 behind.
It's 30,000.
Oh, just fluffing it up.
Just fluffing it up. A bet of 13,000 and a raise to 30 by Nam.
And that's a little alarming for Derek.
How many smartwatches in the pocket is there going to come?
Well, the smartwatch probably really messes with it.
I honestly think if Dom would have shoved right there, he would have gotten a call, making it look like he had a 10.
Young Patrick gives us this view. It's beautiful.
And now the flush a scare card for both players.
And that was a bet and a quick fold from Derek. And Nam takes down that pot. That's a significant pot there.
Nice
For
hand.
Nam, that was a big hand.
Get nice value on the flop, on the turn. Bumped it up to 30.
We continue to rotate players through here. So this is a feature table. If you haven't played here at the reserve, when we start to combine tables, we have a process, a system for that. And when we keep the tables balanced, as we move somebody from one table to the next, we take the next big blind. We're going to do our best to keep this table full at 10 players until we get down to a complete 18 players, and then we'll be done with our live stream for tonight. And we thank you so much for joining us tonight here at the Reserve Poker Club, 5105 Glendale Avenue. 54 likes now. Let's keep it coming.
Oh, love it. Thank you guys so much. 54 likes on an impromptu show. Onward to 75. If you're just tuning in, smash that like button. Like I said, it helps immensely getting it out there.
Kevin says, my boy, young Cooter.
Oh, David A. on here. Yes, sir. Dave, hopes all is well. D5.
Is it Amelia?
Delia.
Delia.
Back to the action here now.
Well, I know April was asking about how many ladies are playing. We got 2 ladies at the feature table right now.
Can you spell it?
Representing.
D-E-L-I-N.
So I'm going to clarify something right here. Bobby, thank you very much for joining in, but I did not write a book. I do not plan on writing a book. Bobby and I were talking about, some things that I have
Both cards in the box.
studied over my 25 years of playing this game. One of my favorite books
So the scanner can pick it up.
is
When you
the
go to
Tao
come up
of
with
Poker.
they will break. So you just
And
kind of look very gently.
I purchased over the years multiple copies of that, and usually wind up giving them away. I've read the one that I have multiple times, and I also have it on my phone. I reread it, and so handed that off to Bobby to read. It is not Vic's book, but it's my favorite book. Cheyenne now with Queen Jack offsuit, and she is going to push all in here. And we've got a new player at the table. Dellen. Am I
Yeah,
going to say
Dellen.
that right?
Yeah.
And Dellen pocket 7s. She's in the cutoff, but right behind her, and given some laser looks there from Nam. Ace 10 offsuit. He is in the button. He's got good position here, and he just took down a really good big hand here between him and Derek.
By the way, for the record, Vic, if you wrote a book, I would read it. I want to let you know that, buddy. You got a sale right here.
Yeah, thanks.
And it looks like Cheyenne is going to take it down with Queen High.
Oh, my goodness.
I like it.
Wow.
Playing for first place. I like
Yeah.
that.
And this is a feature table, so the chip counts that you're seeing here are for this particular table. We still have at least 5 tables, maybe 4 tables out there in the main room. We had 183 entries today.
Hey, we should get that number updated in the top right corner for you shortly. There's our chip count now. Wesley the Warlock using his sorcery. going from 20K up to 280K just like that since we started this featured table. Once again, first place is 50K guaranteed. At least going to be 50K, if not more. I think we're on pace to go over that. Once again, day 2 will be this Sunday. Myself and Vic will be in here calling the action. And Vic, I am pumped for Sunday.
Oh my goodness!
I'm telling you what,
This is
there's
huge. I
there's
was
certain
pumped
days
all
when you're
day.
going to drive to work. I might have to put on some Bob Seger.
There you
after
go.
work. I'm just saying, Coach now flopping the flush draw.
Three-handed here,
15,000.
and he's going to bet 15,000 with the blinds at 2,500, 5,000, and 2,500 in the ante. And it looks like that bet's going to go through. And Tane lets that go in the small blind. So the Tao of Poker, the entire title of that book is the Tao of Poker, 285 Rules to Transform Your Game and Your Life. And that's by Larry Phillips.
Is that a yin-yang on the cover?
That is, because really any rule that you went to out of those 285, which he's talking poker, you could really apply it to some life lessons. So that's one of the reasons I like the book.
That's deep.
It is deep. You know, I don't look it. I got a face for radio and a mind for checkers, but sometimes I surprise people.
Okay, fair enough. So you're a checkers guy, not a chess guy, huh? Noted. You always want to learn something more about your partner every day. I always want to learn one new thing about Vic every day.
Under the gun, Wesley with pocket fours, putting a significant raise out there.
I saw like Jack 10, Ace 10 go in the muck. 4 deuce.
There's a look that could kill from the young Cooter. And in the big blind, he lets it go. Don't sell short the idea of taking down the blinds at this level, because there's 10,000 that he's adding to his stack right away by taking down the small and big blind in the ante. Thanks again for joining us tonight. This is our feature table. Morgan coming in now to see if anybody needs a massage. $1 a minute. Don't forget to tip. It's not tipping I believe in, it's over-tipping I believe in. Back to the action here. Enough of Vic's philosophies. Cheyenne now with ace-3 of diamonds.
Thank you.
Lets that go, and Dellen,
Yeah.
ace-king.
This is a nice hand to get if you want to try to win some chips.
We appreciate it.
Oh, and here we go. Coach with a pair of 4s. Slight favorite.
Wesley says, let's run this with his Jack-10 offsuit. So four-handed going into this flop. Young Patrick, there he gets it out there for us. Oh,
And a couple of jacks.
oh man.
The Warlock, I'm just saying, using a sorcery again, getting
Oh,
3 of a kind,
boy.
and now someone has ace-king.
This is
A nice payoff card.
This is tough for Dellen. Does she bet it or check it? Wesley has already checked, but she is going to bet it and
Yeah.
make it 45,000.
Well, yeah, you don't want anyone with like ace-10, you know, queen-10 seeing a
Yep.
free card. But at the same time, was there a raise pre-flop? I don't think so.
No, there wasn't. This is all limpers.
Yeah, that's the problem when you get ace-king and let people see it for cheap. Not saying Wesley would have folded that hand pre-flop. I mean, if it was reasonable.
And
on a big
Wesley's
blind.
got 5-1 on her chip count there. He's gonna smooth call this, and we're gonna go heads up to the turn.
And now a 9.
All in and snap. There's the call from Wesley showing the Jack-10. This could be Dellen's day 1B, life at stake here.
Oh, quads.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Oh,
The
man.
Warlock
Man.
now getting quads. You don't think he has powers? This man has powers, folks.
And he doesn't even have his hood up.
Yeah.
Wait till he puts his hood
If
up.
he puts his hood up, it's over.
Yeah.
The tournament's over. Call it now.
Yeah.
Dellen, thanks for playing, though. Always a pleasure. Good luck.
Yep,
Hope to see
Kevin,
you
we
tomorrow or Saturday.
Kevin, we had a number of Mad River folks here, a bunch of people from Michigan. We've got some people that came to town and are staying in a hotel room because this tournament is so big. We're going to see more of that tomorrow, with Friday being 2 flights and then Saturday being 2 flights.
Yeah, shout out to Mad River, by the way. Really appreciative of just the poker community. Mad River and the Reserve support each other. If you're looking for good poker, both rooms offer that. And just, like I said, they do it the right way. Great spot. They strive to, we strive to do the 2 same things. So thank you, Mad River, for all your support. And it was great seeing so much love and players in the tournament today from Mad River. And we hope to do the same when they have tournaments.
Pass my stack, go to the big blind. When she overbetted, I thought, man, there's no way. There's no way she has ace jack there overbetting the pot.
And now we got Jack 8 versus Jack 10.
But why would you even overbet the pot then? It's weird. I don't know.
And now an open-ended straight draw for a young Cooter.
I didn't know I didn't think you're good, but how?
Buck, that is correct. He was down 25K an hour ago.
So smart.
But when you are the Warlock, you have special powers. And now he's the chip leader at our feature table. Wesley the Warlock.
Anthony needs some help here.
8,500.
There's a 9.
Or Warlock Wesley.
Pair the board. And that is not one of the outs that would have helped Anthony. The check mark is at young Cooter.
That's a great card for young Cooter, too. Maybe, he's going to check, but maybe that 8 gives him some showdown value in his mind, where he's going to keep him honest.
Looks like that 8 might cost Anthony 16,500 here on this.
He's thinking about it.
He is thinking seriously about it. And he's going to make the call, and there's the straight.
Wow, you actually had to move straight.
Straight, not a flush. Straight.
Oh, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen.
Straight.
Nice
Oh,
hand.
so that block the jack 10, and you still had it.
Yep, that'll do. And that 8, yeah. Nice money card, nice bet sizing at 16.5, Vic. Thought that was played very well to get paid off.
And if you're just joining us here at the Reserve Poker Club, we had 18 players advance from our Day 1A. We're looking at 18 players that are going to advance from this Day 1B. We will continue to bring you live stream here until we get down to those 18 players today. We wanted to come on and just because the excitement here is so great, and this I had so much fun today. These people coming into play, many regulars, many big tournament regulars that come in. We see certain people for, like, as for instance, here is our main room. We're breaking another table. Looks like we're going down to.
We can see 3 there. I'm not sure in the other alley. We might have one more.
Yeah, we might have had table 1.
Oh, we're down to 50. There it is.
We're down to 50.
5 tables left. Oh!
Keeping the
Look
tables.
at the prestigious sitting down, Vic. Our greatest comeback
Yes.
at the history.
And one of the longest final heads-up matches we've seen.
The longest final heads-up match we've seen at a final table for a big tournament. The greatest comeback down to literally 1 big blind.
Yep.
And coming back and winning a heads-up is just sat down at the table, folks.
So we're at 3,500, 7,000, and so the blinds continue to climb every 25 minutes here in these flights.
We got a 9 deuce 10 board. Pair of 9s for Cheyenne. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 pair for Cheyenne.
Yeah, 2 pair.
And she won a huge pot in her big blind, had a big blind special with 9 deuce while I was dealing to her, Vic.
Yeah.
So 9 deuce is treating Cheyenne very nicely, no pun intended, today. Man, that's her hand today.
She it is her hand, and she takes it down, takes down that pot.
She shows.
And she shows.
We got Wesley Warlock running hot. Yes, see, a legend is born. Warlock Wesley.
And what's your name?
Charlie.
Should we go by Warlock Wesley or Wesley the Warlock? You guys let us know.
I don't know. I think you're going to have to. You might want to double check with him.
Yeah,
Just
we
to
can even
see
ask him.
Technically, the guy.
Just to see if you can get confirmation.
It's a great. You can never. You have to have your poker nickname given to you, though. You can't make it up yourself. So
Okay.
when you earn a poker nickname,
Yeah,
it's like it's a show of respect.
it's handed down.
Yes.
Okay. It's yeah.
Yeah, you can't have someone come up to you and be like, "Yeah, my nickname is, you know, Big Gamer,
The reader still picks it up.
Big Gamer Greg." Like, why is your name Big Gamer Greg?
So yes, we mentioned before Charlie coming in here with over 200,000. He's under the gun with pocket sixes, and he's going to raise this up, and he's going to make this bet 17,000.
Yeah, there's Charlie, former champ of our 100K guarantee.
Yeah.
145, I'd say 148.
Greatest heads-up battle I've seen on our live stream in a tournament.
Wesley seems to be finding also the right time to get up and walk away for a stretch of the legs, because he's would have just had 3-4 here in the cutoff.
Yeah, he knows. He knows the hands before they get to him. He's got magic.
And 9 deuce again here for Cheyenne, but she's going to let it go this time. And we're going to go
Any yellows down there?
Yeah, I think
Heads
6-7.
up here.
We don't know whose chip set is yet because we broke a table and they weren't sitting down.
yeah.
Heads up, ace-7, out flops, pocket sixes. Young Cooter, and what a nice flop to get paid off. Obviously, if you have pocket sixes, you're thinking that's a pretty good hand. But you are going against the champ.
17.
What about B World?
Oh, B-World in the house.
A bet of 17,000 again, just like the pre-flop raise. Oh, and now Cooter's going to hit 2 pair here.
Not the card he wants to see to get paid off, though.
No.
Honestly, you're already so far in the lead. The ace wasn't great. And a free card.
Free card, Jack of Diamonds, no help. Charlie's going to check it. Cooter going to see if he can get paid off here with his 2 pair. Makes the bet 22,000. I like that bet amount. Charlie
like
makes
call?
the call.
Yeah, new at the table, you're not sure how players are playing information.
And we have seen Cooter now, young Cooter now,
He's climbing the chip.
climbing the chips, but also making really good plays after the river. On
Getting
the river.
value.
And getting value.
Oh, it might not have been. I thought I said.
Just so you know, beforehand, we even got that straight made at 16.5 on the river, not getting too greedy at the right time. Just basically making bets that he thinks are very callable.
We are the Reserve Poker Room, the Reserve Poker Club, 5105 Glendale Avenue in Toledo, Ohio. Again, this is day 1B. We've got 2 flights tomorrow and 2 flights on Saturday for day 2 starting on Sunday, the 29th. Please note that October 30th, Monday, we will be closed. We only close a few days of the year. This one is to get our batteries recharged after a 2-week fall series, 14 days, 15 events. And thank you very much for joining us here at this feature table, something we pulled together at the last minute. There was so much excitement about day 1. We wanted to get on here and share it with you.
Oh, and here comes the Warlock Wesley. The 8-6.
Go.
Sensing it.
Makes the call of 7,000. Blinds are at 7,000, 3,500, 7,000.
Charlie now with Queen Deuce.
And checks his option. And now we've got Mr. Josh Black in the box. Here comes The flop.
And the Warlock flopping the best of it.
Got a 6 and a gut shot.
In here? No.
And just about any bet here is going to probably shut this down. Don't see Charlie, who is a winner of our 100K guarantee.
He does not bleed his stack away. That's a strength of his that I noticed watching him on even the last live stream.
Yeah.
Vic. He doesn't chase too much. He makes the right folds at the right time. I don't blame him for that 6s call right there because he just sat down at the table.
Yep.
That's sometimes the trouble when you sit down at the table and you play hand right away unless you have a monster. Sometimes it's good to even fold some in-between hands and kind of see the flow, the style of the table, because each table's different in this tournament. You were going around dealing, I was.
Yes, right.
You noticed it when you're going from table to table. Some tables were crazy,
Yep.
loosey-goosey action. Other tables where it seemed like there was maybe 2 aggressors tops at the table and everyone was just kind of waiting for big hands.
So yes, unless table 1 has changed to converted to a cash game, which I don't think it has, we are down to 5 tables here. For day 1B, we will play down to 18 players.
Yes.
We had 18 players go forward after today's day 1A. Back to the action here. Tane sat down with a really nice chip stack, but has not really had much going on here. Coach.
Yeah, he's about the same where he was. Blinded out a little bit.
Yep. And Wesley just continues to run really well. Over 400,000 right now. And he's going to make, with King Queen offsuit, he's going to make the call of 7,000. Now Anthony, and it seems like Cheyenne has pointed out that there is a damaged card. So we can expect either the Wizard
or Neo
or the Chosen One to come in and take care of that situation as soon as this hand is over. Play this hand out here. Charlie now with Dolly Parton, 9-5, completes from the small blind, and Nam with 7-5. So we're going to go 4-handed into this flop.
Man, 31.5K in the middle. And we got a ace, king, queen board, the Warlock flopping 2-pair.
Look at this. Man, he's just running well.
Oh, yeah.
And consider where he was when we started out here at this feature table. Just an amazing transformation of that chip stack. Gonna bet 15,000.
Anthony, though, with a piece of it. Flops mid-pair, gut shot to Broadway. Does he want to peel one more? And the answer is yes.
The answer is yes. And the other 2 players get out of the way, and we're going to go heads up to the turn. You can see Anthony has 5 of those 7 outs left in the deck.
And ace would be a nice card for him.
Wesley checks his 2-pair. Going to give Anthony a little rope here. Let's see how much he gives him. That looks like 25,000 if I'm not wrong, maybe 20,000. 20,000, and he makes the call and
now
heads up going to the river.
Yeah, 102 in the middle, Vic, and another blank.
And another check here.
And another 102K going over to Wesley.
Wow, look at that. Wesley now close to $500,000 in chips. Of the 18 people that bagged from our Day 1A today, our very first flight of this $250,000 prize pool guarantee.
There's Neo.
Tournament with a $50,000 guarantee for first place. The top chip stack going into day 2 right now is $2,275,000 by Cody B. Timothy M. $1,376,000. Jason K. with 554. Selby with 544,000. Charles Z. 416,000. Anthony V. 410,000. Enright, a.k.a. Bob Enright, or as I call him, Mr. Bob Enright. 341,000. That's the top 7 so far going into day 2.
And Buck says the rich got richer. I agree, Buck. Wesley up to 478K, making his case, trying to take the top spot. We still got a lot of poker left. 44 players left. We're playing down to 18.
We've got a lot of poker left here. Thank you so much. As I said in the past, and I'll say it again, call your friends, call your neighbors, call your cousins. There's some very fun poker going on right now here at the Reserve Poker Club, 5105 Glendale Avenue in Toledo, Ohio. Tane made the call under the gun with Jack 10 of diamonds, now in the small blind.
At discounted price for 9.7.
3,500 here for him to complete. And Derek came in with over 250,000 to start this feature table. Now he's down to around 130.
He's made the adjustment too. He hasn't been seeing as many flops, so he's waiting for a big hand.
And here's the advantage of making that pre-flop raise. I was going to say if he makes a bet right here, but he does not.
Yeah,
he is in the lead.
24K in the middle. Someone's got to want it.
Let's see if Derek wants it enough to make a bet, but he doesn't. And they check it around, and here we go to the river.
No stabs. Checked around. Looks like we're going to have a
This
chop
is a
pot.
chop pot because we've
All
got
three
two
players.
pair with the ace on the board. So Mr. Josh Black is going to break that up for us and split that up 3 ways. And as we mentioned, day 2 Sunday starts at noon. Those are 35-minute levels. And we will probably start the blinds somewhere around 6,000, 3,000, 6,000. That's what we've seen in the past. It's basically taking the average chip stack, and that determines where our blinds are going to be. So we won't make that determination until all 6 of these flights is complete. But the other note of interest, a big interest, I think we'll have a great turnout for this, is the seniors event, which is event number 15, Sunday at 4 p.m., $125 buy-in, 30,000 starting stack with 20-minute levels. Late reg until level 9, and there is no add-on.
Look at those big 68 big blinds for Wes.
Got to be 50 or older to play in that seniors event.
Yeah, that's 4 p.m. Sunday. Usually, I'd expect around six to 8 tables, Vic, for that one.
I'm going to say 8 tables. When you consider that, oh, here comes Cheyenne with pocket fives
She's
now.
gonna bump it up.
She's going to raise this up with the blinds at
21.5. Ace King.
She makes basically a 3x bet here.
And with that raise, I think she's going to have to come along if Nam pushes all in here. Be interesting if he just smooth calls this on the button, since he does have position, or if he wants to get it in. I think right now with his stack, you want to get as many chips as possible with Ace King in the pot. You got to win some flips sometimes, and you don't know. Maybe she's got Ace Jack or Ace Queen, and you got her dominated. Yeah, 3 bet up to 55, and this is either fold or shove. All in, there it is.
All in, snap call.
We're going to have a big pot here, folks. Looks
Yep.
like 197K in the middle. Pocket fives versus Ace King, a classic race.
Cheyenne now, her day 1B. Life is at stake, all in with pocket fives. Mr. Josh Black doing an exceptional job here, as always. Getting this pot right.
A couple of fives. I think at least one of her fives went in the muck.
And hats off to the chosen one, Tyler, giving us this great look.
44 players left. And right now, a king right on the flop. Cheyenne needs a 5. 5 and 5 alone.
5 only.
Oh, close. A
Yep.
4 and a 3, but not there. Cheyenne, hey, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, Cheyenne.
Thank you so much for being a part of us, being with us today in this tournament. One of the most polite players that comes in this room.
Very much so. And we're at 60 likes here, Dom, and it's very important for us. We very, very much appreciate you to hit that like button. Happens to help our algorithm here with YouTube. Also, please subscribe. We have now hit that wonderful watermark of 2,500 subscribers. When you do subscribe, hit that bell. The bell will give you an indication, like what happened today, where we decided more or less in the last minute to go ahead and live stream a feature table tonight. As far as Dominic and I know, the next time you're going to see us is going to be on Sunday when we start to do a feature table, which culminates into a final table of our 50,000 first place guarantee.
Yeah.
But I said that, and I didn't know that, we didn't know getting up this morning that we'd be on here tonight, and we're more than happy to do this because there's just so much excitement about this tournament. And Wesley, did he make the call here? He did make the call with 6-3 of spades, mixing things up. Unfortunately for him, Nam now with 2 spades, ace-4 of spades, and he just took down a really good pot. He's now at 243,000.
We're seeing some shifts in the rankings right now, folks. Players are doubling up, closing the gap with the chip leader. And Coach is going to get a free look with a suit of 10-5 of diamonds.
We got a mystery hand from Tane. Those of you who've never watched our live stream before, the cards have a chip in them, and everybody's got a chip reader in front of them. Sometimes they don't quite make it in there, but look at
Wow,
Coach.
and a free look on your big blind. You flop top pair. Yeah, fire away, Coach. See where you're at.
6 for Wesley, and 25,000 from Coach. I'm sorry, 22,000. Wesley looks like he's reaching for chips to make this call. He did hit a piece of this, and he does make the call. Back over to Nam, lets it go. Tane lets his mystery hand go, and now we're going to go heads up to the turn.
We have a 10 on the turn for Coach, getting 3 of a kind. That is a club. That might be a good card for Coach. It's less likely he's got a 10.
He's gonna let a little rope out here.
But here's the problem with that card, though, also. The flush got there, too. So not only do you have to worry about the 10s, we got to worry about the clubs.
Yes, you're right.
Don't be surprised if that shuts things down for Wesley. Probably want to get some information, seeing where he's at.
And add another club to that.
Now that's a bluffing card. 50K. Wow, putting the pressure on Coach.
Which the chip leader
all
is
in.
able to do. So Wesley doing what a chip leader ought to be doing here. Putting the pressure on the smaller stack.
She put it 10 times. Way too much. I personally would have only called her for that. Why 3-bet her? I know you did. Yeah, I wouldn't have 3-bet. It's been stronger than you did after the flop. She No, I know. But it's just like she only woke up with things right there. She didn't have a decent
He's looking at him like he's a non-believer. I'll say that. And he makes the call. And Coach taking it down. Nice call, Coach.
Very nice call here from Coach. This is really going to help his situation significantly. And a dent into Wesley's armor right now. He had taken basically a, what did he have, 5 big blinds? A stack when we started this live stream. Then up close to $500,000, but taking a big loss there against the Coach.
That was the first one.
So I know you've known the Coach for a long time, but I wanted to ask him how he got the nickname. Everybody calls him Coach. And so he had coached wrestling at the local high school, and then went on to coach football, and then started playing at the bowling alley, playing poker there.
Yes.
And then he'd be playing, and in would walk these kids that he had coached, and they would start saying, "Hey coach, hey coach, hey coach." So everybody in the poker world started calling him coach.
And
so, but as a young wrestler, the coach has a number of records for fastest pin. He was at Eastern Michigan University and still holds the record there. 18 seconds in a match, in a pin.
Coach was a beast.
Man. So let's get back to this action here.
Pocket queens for Derek here.
Derek is going to go all in with his queens.
And is that Proc?
Proc coming in.
With ace-6.
Ace-6 all in. Young Cooter gets out of the way.
Young Cooter folded. It's now on Warlock Wesley.
Let's see what Wesley's got here. And he lets it go. Yeah, Buck, that was his first misstep in a while.
All night on the live stream. He's been playing some solid poker, Vic, I'll tell you what. I don't mind him, though. You know, showed a little bravery, a little heart there.
All right, we got it all in.
Got it all in here.
Versus queens.
And this is going to be Prox. No, and there's the ace.
Wow, the ace hits, keeping him alive.
Just a queen and a queen only here for Derek.
And Proc taking down a huge pot. 114K.
Wow, there's a big move to make when you first sit down here at the feature table of the live stream. And that buzzer in the back means that this group is on a break. And this is, I believe, just going to be a 10-minute break. So please don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We will continue to talk about what we've got coming up. So tomorrow, we've got
our day one at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m.
11 a.m. and 6 p.m.
Same times also on Saturday. With that.
$260 buy-in. These are 25-minute levels. You start with 40,000 in chips. There's a look at the clock for tonight. We've got 8 minutes left in this break. It's the third break of the day. The second break, as you know, was 60 minutes. So when you're coming tomorrow for either the first or the second flight, keep in mind these times, and the second break being 30 minutes. If we had two really good food trucks here today, we don't necessarily know when we're going to see the food trucks show up. So my advice to you is either have a plan to get. There's plenty of restaurants around us to either do DoorDash or order from. Marco's Pizza is right behind us. And 30 minutes should give you plenty of time as long as you plan for that meal. And, you know, Dom, you and I are foodies. I would say you're a bigger foodie than I am.
We both have our love.
I always try to think ahead, particularly when I'm going to be sitting at a poker table for a number of hours. You don't want that blood sugar to drop. You don't want your attention span to drop. You got to stay sharp. So just a quick tip on that, if you will, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I definitely think we'll have some food trucks all day tomorrow, though, for any of the players. If you're planning on coming in, like I said, there was some good ones today. I had some really solid barbecue, by the way. But yeah, no, we, like Vic said, 2 day one flights tomorrow at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. This is probably going to be our only live stream for our day one, so it's an all hands on deck type of event, guys. This Thursday night, though, we had a nice little staffing situation here where we were staffed beautifully today. I will say the amount of dealers we had, this gave us an opportunity to put this on live, and thanks to the Wizard, he gave us the A-OK. He said he was going to play it by ear, and he sounded really confident early on, said we're going to go right after registration, and here we are tonight. But once again, 10% from all the day one flights at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So for the next 2 days, 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. are our day one flights. The top 10% of each one will be going to day two. Now, we've had 2 day ones today. Both have had 18 players advance. I expect a uptick in the 20s tomorrow. So roughly, though, on day two, let's just say we average like 22 players per flight. I'm talking about the average because we'll have a little bit more in the next couple days. We're looking at roughly around 80 players, give or take.
Yes.
For day two.
For day two.
And all those players will be in the money. And then, once again, $50K guaranteed for first place at least. I won't be surprised if that's closer to $60K.
Yes.
Just saying.
So let's talk a little bit about our clock up here, because there's some great information, particularly for everybody that's viewing our live stream and they're looking at the chip count for the players that are at this feature table. Total chips in play,
Yes.
7,320,000, which makes, with 38 players left, the average chip stack at 192,000. So that's really something to pay attention to if you look at not only how many big blinds they have, but are they at, above, or are they below the average chip stack? And you can kind of figure out what somebody's chances might be for that. The significance also is that today we had two significant bags. First place bag today, and so far
$2.3 million.
$2.3 million. And then the second bag
It's around
was
1.4, right?
$1.4 million. And
Yeah,
if you
solid.
put that into perspective of 7,320,000, if you've got 2.3 million, you've got a third. You've got a third of the chip stack from, and it was very similar chip count today for 1A as well.
We talked earlier, and basically, if you have 150K heading in the day 2, you're in really strong shape.
Yeah.
Really, really strong shape. You're in the top probably 25% of the field, but even at about 300, 350, you got to be feeling pretty good.
Yep.
I would almost go on a limb. If I have 250K, I'm still thinking I got a really good shot at winning this thing, because
Yes.
you're one hand away from getting to $500,000, 2 double ups away from $1 million. That's the type of thing, like we said earlier, this is a race, marathon, not a race. The blinds, we've seen it many times, even when we've gotten to our final 2 tables in some of our bigger tournaments where we've started live streaming at the final 3, final 2. A lot of times we see the players that are in 8th place going into the final table,
Yep.
getting a run and coming back and taking the whole thing down. So it really depends. Look at what we saw with Warlock Wesley just right now on this feature table.
Right.
Down to 20,000 roughly to start this live stream.
Right.
And now he was as high at one time, over 400K. So that just goes to show it doesn't really matter where you start. Play your rush of cards too. He had Queen Jack suited one time, called it all in. Certain times you'll see poker players with Queen Jack. They're like, that's a trouble hand. I don't want to get involved in anything big. Of course, you want to maybe see some flops. Maybe call a little 3x raise pre-flop, 2.5x raise pre-flop, but really the calling all in. But at that time, he won about 3 or 4 out of the last 5 hands during that period, and he kept his rush, knocked out another player, kept it going. You always say you would rather be card dead at the beginning of the tournament and get hot later on. You
Absolutely.
And another old saying is, you can't win a tournament in the beginning levels, but
Yeah.
you can lose a tournament in the beginning levels.
Yes.
So we're
Yeah.
seeing that now. But it's
Yeah.
a fun time at the Reserve, Vic.
Sure is. Hey, let's take a commercial break for the Reserve. With just 2 minutes before we go back, let's talk about some of the nice swag that we've got here.
I got this new today.
I've got the traditional black. This is a gray one that is recent, and Dominic got that. You saw us wearing the Merlot, and that's sold out. So Marissa's got to get busy and getting more of that in. We've got hats, some good-looking hats, T-shirts. We also now have backpacks. So when you come to the
Yes.
cage and you come to check in and buy into the tournament, look up on the shelf in the back there. We've got 4 different styles of backpacks. There's young Patrick with the Merlot color just walking by.
Can I comment on the backpacks real quick? The backpacks, by the way, I'm not just saying this because I work here. These backpacks are a big part of poker.
Yep.
A lot of players, especially when you're a tournament player and you travel, and you have to have your belongings and whatnot, everything you need, even sometimes your extra phone charger and whatnot, or your different stuff to turn into, because you know how sometimes you go into a poker room,
Got to have
a
an
little
apple.
snack, but also sometimes you got to bring layers. Because
Yeah.
you don't know if the poker room is going to be, what the temperature is going to be. Some of them are freezing cold. You need to pack a hoodie and whatnot. These backpacks are sharp looking, I'm telling you. I'm
Yeah.
not just saying that right now. These are some of the sharpest poker backpacks I've seen. Come check them out. They're right behind the desk when you come in and you sign up for the tournaments. Right there on display. Definitely highly recommend getting one of those. But like I said, new gear, new swag. We got it coming all during the series. Also with our holidays coming up, I'm sure Marissa's going to stock up and get a couple new things. Also, it seems like she always tries to get at least one or two new items every order, so it's not just the same old thing every single time. There's always a couple new looks going on. So yeah, definitely check on that. I know we're in the process, and I hope by Christmas, because it's been talked about, that we get this on our webpage that we can start so the players can order this stuff. That is in the works, folks. By the way.
Yeah.
That is something that we're just not fluffing up here. So hopefully by around Christmas time, if you want to get some of this swag, even if you're from out of state and you want to support the room and show us some love, that way you can get it shipped to your house. I'm excited for getting some new swag, but possibly for Christmas for a couple of my family members. I'm just saying.
Absolutely. And speaking of Christmas, we're going to talk real quickly before we get back to business here for the Toys for Tots beginning October 31st.
Very important.
The Reserve Poker Club is honored to be a part of the United States Marine Corps Toys for Tots. Last year, we had such generosity from our players that we were able to donate $10,000 in toys and cash to a program that donated 22,170 toys to close to 6,000 children here in the Toledo area. We start that again starting on October 31st. We'll talk about that more in a minute.
Yeah, that is something we're definitely passionate about, folks. I can definitely speak for the Ultimate Victory Cigar Vic and myself. Two charities that we work on through the year that we spend time with is our children, basically, taking care of our children around the holidays and taking care of our veterans in the summertime around the 4th of July when we do our veterans fundraisers. So two great fundraisers that the Reserve likes to give back to the community on.
Yep.
Once again, starting, and a reminder, if you're on our YouTube and you want to send a tip, all those tips starting on Halloween will be going toward Toys for Tots. You can send tips on our YouTube chat to us, and we will transfer all those tips to Toys for Tots starting on Halloween this coming up Tuesday.
So Derek sat down at the beginning of this live stream feature table as the chip leader. Unfortunately, he's run into it. He's now to the point where he's got $3,000 left. And so here comes the nemesis for Tane against Wesley. Right now, Derek maintains
flops the wheel draw
his lead while Wesley has a straight draw here.
Derek's still in the lead, though. And there's an ace.
Derek.
Ace 10.
Oh,
there it
man.
is.
So the side pot here is going to go to Wesley with the ace. But a triple up now for Wesley, and
chip in a chair.
Chip in a chair. The blinds are at 5, 10, and 5. Derek basically has one big blind in front of him. He is now the small blind, so he's got a little bit of breathing room, but not too much. And here's the chip leader chip count for this particular table. We are down to 4 tables, 40 players after 130 entries for today's Day 1B.
Yeah, Wesley still up to 380K. What a great comeback. Seen Wesley just rise up there. Nam also up to 236K. Getting a nice little rush in the final. Really 20 minutes before the break, Vic.
Hey, I just thumbed up my birthday. Oh, it took it away. 65. We're looking for number 65. Who's number 65?
I see 65 on there, Vic.
Another ace here for Derek, and he's going to have to go all in. 17,000 in chips. Wesley, 7-3 of diamonds in the small blind. He's going to complete the big blind. Also makes the call. Proc with pocket twos. So we've got an all-in here. We've got 3 players that can create a side pot here, potentially between Wesley, Anthony, and Proc.
A couple of kings with an ace on the flop. 2 pair for Derek. In great shape of
yes.
Really coming back.
Oh, my goodness. And another king here. And Derek's going to take this down, and they check it around. Going to showdown. All hands must be turned over in an all-in situation. Them's the rules. But now two pots in a row here. Let's see if Derek can...
up to 73K.
Let's see if Derek can do what Charlie did during our $100,000 guarantee, where he built that up from 1 big blind to taking it down.
Absolutely.
And now Derek has 7 big blinds, and we're going to change up dealers here.
Well, look, if he doubles up once, Vic, he goes up around 5th place at the current feature table. Like I said, 38 players. They're playing down to 18 tonight. Live at the reserve. It's a late night.
It is
Thank
a late
you for
night.
tuning in, guys. We appreciate all this poker interest. And thank you for all the likes. Gotta appreciate and send some love for all those likes. We're up to 65. Let's get up to 75. If you're just tuning in, hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button. Like I said, it's a really special moment. 2,500 subscribers in just over a year starting this thing up.
Yeah.
Praise.
And look at here, big hand alert, folks. Ace Queen versus Pocket Kings.
Charlie raises it to 20,000. The blinds are right now at 510 and 5,000 ante. And he's making a raise here.
80. 4X.
Taking it up to 80,000.
A little 3-bet action.
I'm sorry, 65,000 is the
65.
bet. Quick
That's what I was
folds.
about to say 80 was a little bit aggressive, but I like this.
Quick folds all the way around, and Anthony picks up pocket 7s in the small blind, and he's going to go all in for just a wee more.
Yeah, understandably so. Right now, you're almost
69,000.
hoping that maybe it's Ace Queen versus Ace King. They're sharing cards, and you can win a big one. Get back in this thing with 7s.
Now Charlie can lay this down if he wants, and he'll be at 10 big blinds. We looked at that clock just while we were on break, and the average chip stack at around 192,000. So he is below the average. See if he decides to push all in here, or really does it. Well, it might make sense for him
I
to
think he's
just
gonna let
make
it go.
this call.
I think he's going to let it go because I think if you just make the call, Vic, at the same time, I mean,
Yeah.
you got to go with your gut right now. Where do you think you're at? And I'm just going by the instincts that we saw him play on the last live stream.
Right.
I think he wants to figure out before he even sees a flop. Yeah, and there he goes. Let's it go. Nice fold, Charlie.
You didn't fold for another 4? Come on, man.
Kings versus 7s.
And hey, the former champ gets out of the way.
Gets out of the way with the ace-queen. And here comes the flop.
And a 6-6-5 board.
King's
There's
still
a
in the
3.
lead.
Wow. Had a
And-
sweat there with that 3. Got a few more outs for Anthony.
Charlie's going to pat himself on the back for getting out of the way. Anthony, thank you
run.
very much for coming out. There's 4 more flights now between now and Sunday. Anthony, you want to take another go at it. $260 buy-in tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., then tomorrow night at 6 p.m., same thing on Saturday. 25-minute levels, starting with 40K. And here is the chip count for this feature table. There are still 3 other tables in the main room. And we had a busy, packed room today. The energy was fantastic. And it kind of goes, you were mentioning earlier today about the mood at each table, not necessarily the mood, but the action.
The styles.
The
are crazy.
styles. I mean, you'd go to one table as a dealer, and you'd notice that it's like raise, re-raise, call, 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 and then, boom. And then other tables was limp, limp, limp.
Did you deal in the afternoon table 5 with Moose? Moose's
No,
table?
I did not. He was
Oh.
at table 8.
Blinds were...
Yeah. 9, I mean, table 9.
Oh, I'm sorry, table 9. Yeah,
Yeah.
the other front table. Table 9, I swear, blinds were maybe
Raise it up.
6 and 12. I don't even think it was that. It was maybe 400, 800.
Yeah.
And it was 5,500 every pre-flop hand, and usually 3 players going to a flop. 15K in the middle every single time. That table was awesome.
And, of course, you could tell from across the room that Moose was in the room.
Oh, yeah.
Here's ace-queen versus ace-queen.
No?
Let's see who wants to get after this with 2 hearts and 2 10s on the board.
Look at Coach being the aggressor. Normally this
Check from Anthony.
favors the one when they have the same hand. And they both whiff. Whoever bets first. It's easier to bet it, not to call with it. Anthony rocking the Red Wings hat. Respect. Lets it go. Coach,
And good,
nice job.
yeah, aggression here for Coach pays off, and he takes down, and he now climbs to about $250,000 in chips. Came in the room, I think, with around 90, maybe 80 to 90,000 in chips. So he has improved his stack significantly, as we saw during the break, and we were looking at the clock. At the time of the break, the average chip stack was 190,000.
Yeah, Coach was, and like you said, I've known Coach for a very long time, Vic. He was actually, when I turned 21 and started going in, charity poker rooms in Michigan and learning the game of Texas Hold'em.
Yeah.
He's one of the guys that I played with a lot in the tournaments at cash games. Known Coach now for just under 20 years.
And speaking of the age of 21, here at the Reserve Poker Club, the acceptable age is 18.
What's your name?
And I bring that up
Riley.
because this young man, Riley, sitting down, I'm going to guess isn't 21, but maybe he is. So he's able to come and play.
Yeah,
'Cause,
he's a young buck for sure.
He's definitely a young buck.
He's hungry.
Yep. Wesley now with Queen 9 is going to call the 10,000.
Option.
And the option is now on Charlie with Ace-6 offsuit. Anthony's got the Moose, 8-5 offsuit. Speaking of Moose, and we're going to go four-handed to this flop.
We have a 7, King 7. Right out there for all to see.
Yep. This
Nope.
could come down to aggression. I thought maybe Wesley was going to take a stab at this, but he doesn't, and here comes a 3 on the turn.
And that does absolutely nothing for any of the players. And now the 9 hits Wesley.
And if it gets to Wesley, I got to believe he's going to bet this. Charlie checks it, and sure enough, Wesley coming out with a bet.
Bet 20,000.
20,000.
You guys got to do the board that way for the camera.
Yeah. The felt back.
Charlie with ace high.
It bounce backwards.
Yeah. If you look at all the other tables where it says
Is it
reserve,
the reason we're doing the board backwards? Or is it the camera?
I don't know. To be honest with you.
Shout out to Kip, by the way, on the message board. Smashing that like button. Kip, always a pleasure, sir, to see you on the message board, my good friend.
And the call.
Thank you
Hey,
for the kind
Kip.
words. Yeah, Charlie's going to call with
Charlie's
ace
going to
high.
make this call, and Wesley's going to get some more value out of this. And he's going to take down an $85,000 pot, which is a $50,000 gain in his chip stack. So he continues to run really well.
Oh, but I just saw the ticker move, Vic. We're down to 36 players now.
Down to 36 players. Kip, what's the beverage tonight? Is there one?
By the way, it says we're up to 71 likes, getting close to 75. 4 away from 75. I like it.
You have to keep the air off.
That's broken.
It's broken.
There's our chip count. The Warlock at 418. Wesley the Warlock. Tell you what, he's been magic at this table. Pleasure to see. Coach now with King Queen coming along for the ride. Just calls 10K.
Young Cooter, Dolly Parton, lets it go. Now,
Ooh,
Wesley,
pocket tens.
pocket tens.
Raise.
He's going to raise this up.
40,000. Fire don't even crack.
40,000 is the new bet, with the blinds at 5, 10, and 5.
Just over the pot. I believe there was 30K in there before we made that raise. And here's Charlie with ace king.
Charlie going all in.
Yeah, 65. I think this is a good price, too, for pocket tens. Wesley's definitely going to come along for this. Already put it in 40. No brainer.
See what the coach does.
66.
How much?
66,000.
66,000 is the all-in bet from Charlie.
66,000.
By the way, the cameras are not doing Coach's outfit justice. He's got a solid black shirt on with that black cowboy hat.
Solid,
He's-
good-looking shirt.
He's got a little Ric Flair in him today. He's styling and profiling. And here we go, heads up action.
This is a race.
Yeah, 158 in the middle, and there's a 7 in the window, followed with a 4 and a jack. On the turn, another jack, ace or king for Charlie. And the former champ. Nice run, Charlie, though. One of our strongest players in any field that we have here, folks. Like I said, when he sat down, I was like, ooh, one of the big hitters. That man right there has gained my respect with his poker play for life, and won't be surprised if we see him on Friday or Saturday, and you guys get a glimpse of him on Sunday when we have our day 2. Just saying.
Yeah.
If I had a bet on a horse, he's one of them. Very, very good poker player. And a great guy. Very
Yes.
nice guy.
Yeah. Well, we've got 4, as Dominic mentioned, we got 4 more flights, so there's a good chance we're going to see Charlie here tomorrow, maybe Saturday. You bag today, tomorrow, anytime before Saturday for the second, for the PM flight on Saturday, you double bag bonus
Wesley
of
up there.
$1,200. And yeah,
Wesley and Coach. Actually, man, I didn't realize Coach is that close to Wesley.
right.
450K. 2 monster stacks right now, folks. I mean, would these guys be right around 3rd, 4th place if it was the first flight when it was over? And we're not even down to the final 18,
Right.
where the stacks are bigger. Right now, these guys, if they were playing in the earlier flight, they'd be in about 3rd or 4th place, roughly, in chips, right around in that area. So, yeah, very nice run right now for Coach and Wesley. Great position. Like I said, these players are playing for a $50K guaranteed first place prize. Actually, exactly half the field left. We're taking 18 the day 2. It's
Yes.
down to 36, so half of these players left in the tournament right now will make
Oh,
day 2.
look at Nam here. Flopping the straight.
5,000.
As they say, flop in the world. And Wesley with the semi bluff, he has 2 overs with a gut shot straight draw. And, you know, you have the chips. I like this play by Wesley. Unfortunate for him.
Yeah.
He's fallen into a trap, but majority of the time, that's big stack poker, and that works. Now let's see if he pumps the brakes, so it doesn't bleed out too much.
Check,
And he's-
check.
I think he sniffs the trap.
To the river. Now the board pairs.
30,000.
Betting out 30,000. Over to Wesley.
Kathleen Kynes says 179 this morning. Yes, 179 players. Hope you're doing good, Kath. Coach's wife also Kathy did a great job helping out the team today.
And a call.
By the way, working
Makes the
behind
call.
scenes.
Rolls over the 7-6 for the straight.
Getting ugly and ugly.
Yeah, nice hand, brother. By the way, take a moment. Like I said, I see Kathleen on the message board. Kathleen, Marissa, Brian, and the Wizard just did a really great job while we
Yes.
were dealing, running a smooth show. So thank
Oh,
you,
man.
Kath, Marissa.
Just fantastic.
Yeah. You know, Brian, the Wizard, just while we were dealing, everything was ran smoothly today.
There's
We
our
appreciate you guys.
there's our most excellent floor manager,
Speak of the
Brian,
devil.
coming in.
There he is.
So Jay Whitty, where are you watching from? When can you come and play? Are you going to come and play Friday or Saturday? Also want to know how many people we've got from far distances. I know we've got some following in Las Vegas and Florida and Texas. We got following up in Montreal and Toronto. Got following overseas in Europe and Australia.
40,000.
And we'll get back to the action here.
Here's the Warlock. Makes it 40K.
All right, Jay Whitty's going to be here tomorrow for sure. Excellent.
40K from the Warlock. Oh, pocket eight's my favorite
Pocket
hand.
eights. Young Riley not getting anything going here.
Oh, big hand alert, folks.
Yep.
And this is the advantage, though, when you have a large chip count. Oh, wow. Derek now with pocket aces.
Oh, boy.
All in for less.
So Derek's going to go all in for less. And the bet to call is 102,000.
1,000 is the big bet.
You know, right now, if Wesley even just beats out Anthony and loses the main, he would pretty much break even. So he has a good chance here at least breaking even because you see all the aces out there.
April loves golf, watching from Connecticut.
Oh, appreciate that.
And
April.
she truly does love golf, she says. We had some great weather this week, April.
Oh, beautiful fall weather in Michigan. I was driving around running some errands this week, and the leaf colors, man, red, orange. Yeah, I mean, there's like literally 7 different colors driving through the back streets in the country.
We'll figure out the last iPod at the end, all right?
Yeah. But I'm not winning. That's promising.
And right now, it's a clean board for aces. Oh, an 8 for a full house. And the Warlock,
Continues
the
to
magic.
run. Man.
Wesley the Warlock and his magic just running up a chip stack, folks.
And
Wesley, congratulations.
And taking out 2 players in the process.
Wow, good run, by the way. Those
So
2 players.
We're getting close to being down to just 3 tables. We are taking the top 18 from this flight.
Yeah, down to
Stay with us.
34 now. Holy smokes. Wesley on a tear.
Why does the aces crack like snowmen?
Congratulations, good sir. You are up to 619,000 in chips. Nam and Coach, by the way, over 400K. Very healthy stacks. And we're getting down to the final 3. We're down to 31 now, Vic. 4 away from the final 3 tables. And pocket 8's my favorite hand. Cracking them.
That's right. And to put that into perspective, day 1A, we took 18 players, and the top chip count by Cody B, 2,275,000. The second top chip count, 1,376,000. Jason K, 554. We took top 18. The bottom 3 of that was Steve Johnson with 60,000, Miles with 128,000, and Jake M with 138,000.
A breaking coin says, let's go. Was showing some love for the Warlock. Warlock Wesley. A legend is being born on this live stream, folks. He's getting a following. Well, we had 179 this morning, and how many tonight?
183.
Let's try 10, Coach.
Bet 10,000.
And Coach comes along with King High in the lead. Just sniffing out a bluff.
So far,
Wait, listen
between
to this.
What's
It
this?
says, are you trying to trick me? Not buying it with King High. Let's listen in.
Oh,
He's onto it.
He's onto this.
Oh, you're going to be good. All I have is a queen. There you go. You're good.
Nice call by Coach.
Wow.
Doesn't work with you. Can't bluff you off the hand.
I know. I used to wrestle in college. I used to hang on tight.
See that?
What are you hanging on?
You just won't let go. You got 4 clubs out there, you won't let it go.
So we were just talking about his wrestling career, and I think what he said was,
I have a reason for that. I call for a lot of reasons.
I used to wrestle in college, and I had to hang on tight, so I'm just hanging on tight.
I haven't played that.
Small blind?
You know.
You can play the hand in 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Back's perfect.
You want me to go use some sunscreen?
Yes, an SPF 17 in the front.
Small blind?
Now the banter's starting to pick up a little bit.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too.
Long sleeve. Look at that hat blocking the sun.
So we've had 362 entries between the 2 flights. We have 4 more flights to go.
And look at this. Possible big handler here. Ace
Yeah.
Jack versus pocket 5s, and the blinds are big. Players are trying to make moves.
5,000.
Tank comes along with his pocket 5s. Now Coach with the nemesis. Stay away, Coach. Don't play that hand. And then once again, nemesis pre-flop dominated.
And young Cooter is going to defend his big blind and come
He's
alive.
alive.
4-handed going to the flop.
I said I'd rather have 10-7 than King Jack, and right now, Ace Jack firmly in the lead.
35.
35.
35,000 is the bet here.
Going for that value play. It is a rainbow board. There's no straight. There's no flush draw out there. Just begging for a call. Hoping that there's a weaker ace that holds on.
Right there, dude.
Nice hand by Nominal.
Yeah. And now he's going to be, I think, above $500,000. And
right
very
there.
close to it. 493,000.
We're going to count that.
We're going to count that. We're going to
Yeah,
call it
so
$500,000. That's a $500,000.
If you call out a stack with all those chips,
Yeah.
Vic, and you're only 7,000 off, you're right on.
It's $500,000.
Yeah, come
okay.
on. It's $500,000.
What I said was 362 entrants so far between the two flights, Flight 1A and 1B. Took 18 players from this morning, and we're taking 18 players. So tonight we're going to play this down until we get to 18, and then we'll be done with tonight's flight, as well as we'll be done at that point with tonight's live stream. And that alarm in the background means that the blinds are going up. These are 25-minute levels.
And there it is. Couple of all-ins right here, folks. Queen 4 suited, Ace Jack suited, going at it.
Riley had the blinds coming his way, and they were going up, so he decides with the Queen 4 of diamonds, he's going to push all in.
He's live.
He is live
He has diamonds.
against Tane's Ace Jack of spades.
142 in the middle. And now look at this flop. Flush draw versus top pair, and then the flush hits on the turn.
My goodness.
Queen, ooh, the queen high.
Wow, so Riley stays alive here with his diamonds.
Yeah, and with the blind levels, I don't blame him. He wanted to control his own destiny, make sure he didn't get like 7-3.
Yep, so he gets 60,000 from Tane, and then he picks up 20,000 between the small blind, big blind, and ante. So now he's going to have some breathing room here.
I was like, that's not.
Very nice hand, young man.
Well, it was a good thing. It wasn't
Yeah, I
fun.
wouldn't have won it for us.
When you lucky, you lucky. You came in with 61, right?
Yeah.
And here we are at the feature table,
Lines are up, guys. 6,000.
day 1B.
1,000.
I thought it was the other red.
The Reserve Poker Club, 5105 Glendale Avenue in Toledo, Ohio. And as
Yes, sir. 6,000. 12.
players continue to get knocked out, we will keep these tables balanced. There's probably a couple players on their way in here. Great energy in the room today, which is kind of what led us to decide to do this live stream. A lot of excitement. We wanted to share that excitement with our viewers. Now look at here, Coach and the cutoffs. Waking up with pocket queens.
Yeah, the ladies.
And the blinds did just go up. So I believe they're at 10, 15, 10. We'll see if they can get that graphic caught up real quick.
Raise it up.
Raise it up.
45,000.
45,000 is the bet. And that's going to be folds all the way around. So Coach will take down the blinds here with his pocket queens, and the button moves on.
Yeah, the rich get richer.
Yeah.
3 huge stacks at this feature table right now.
Thank you very much for joining us. We're at, and there's the other 3 tables. Seeing as we're above 30 players, so we've got 4 tables left. That's why we've got a couple of empty seats here at our feature table. As soon as we get down to 30, we'll be breaking another table, and we'll be going down to 3 total tables, 2 in the main room.
See Derek in there.
Looks like Sherry just got knocked out. She's collecting everything here. We know we'll see Sherry back again soon.
Dominic's in there too, I see. Looks like Mario. I see Mario in there too. Young Mario. Pocket jacks for young Cooter.
Raise to 30,000.
Riley now. Pocket 8s in the small blind. And he lets it go.
Thank you for the kind words, April, by the way. Yeah, pocket jacks are picking it up.
Well, April, you mentioned that some poker streams are staged I like to say that what you're watching here is unadulterated poker.
Boom.
This is the real McCoy. This is 15-minute delay.
The real McCoy. I like it, Vic.
We are seeing this 15 minutes after it happened. Dom and I are seeing it at the same time. You are. All the players are required to put their phones and their smartwatches up on the shelf so that there is no collusion or anything of that nature. But more importantly, we're doing this live 15 minutes after the fact, which means we are not doing any kind of editing.
Well, you know you're gonna have to flush.
And
Oh,
we
trust me,
appreciate
we have live moments. We have live moments.
and we appreciate everybody joining us for this. As soon as we're done with our fall series on Sunday, which event number 15 is the seniors event, let's get back to the action. I'll get back to that. And in the small blind, everybody folds around. Proc is going to go all in with his 6-3 offsuit. Nam lets it go, decides that the Jack-8, even though with his chip stack, isn't worth making that call. But as soon as we're done with event number 15 Sunday night, the seniors event, and by the way, the next time we believe you're going to see us for sure will be Sunday. We'll be live streaming a feature table and final table for this big event, $250,000 prize pool guarantee. We're going to take Monday off, the 30th, and we'll be back here Halloween, Tuesday night, the 31st. We'll be back with our 5-5-10 cash live stream game. That Thursday will be our Thursday night the knit show, no knit show, and then Saturday back to the regular Joe Poker show. But this Saturday, a week from this Saturday, will be ladies' night. We'll have a ladies' cash game.
Looking forward to that.
That'll be a 1-3 no limit hold'em cash game. So now we're back in the action here.
Oh, we've seen a lot of big hands lately, Vic.
Yep.
I think this one is just a little tapered down. I'm
Start-
looking at 10-4. I'm looking at Queen-4.
Hold on. You came across a line.
Oh, and with the betting line is in place, so
He's got
Yes.
to at least
whatever is in his hand, he has to keep as the bet.
yes.
If you do not announce your action and you cross that betting line, that stays in there.
So Tane's now going to go all in here. Queen-4 offsuit
Maybe I can do your queen for.
against 10-4 offsuit. Little misstep there from Nam, but really it's not a big one considering the chip stack.
And Queen High takes it
Queen
down.
High is going to take this down. And Tane keeping alive here. He's staying alive.
It's a winner.
And we're going to get another player here at our table. It tells me that they're probably breaking a table in there. And we have seen this young man before in the live stream. Tournament and cash.
Oh, here comes Paulie. Poison Paul, they call him. He's in the box dealing. Getting close to the final three. And Wesley, ace-10 of hearts. He calls 10. Yeah, blinds are now at 5 and 10K. This is definitely a level where you see some action.
And here comes Paul now in the box. And we're going to go four-handed to this flop.
We got a 5 queen deuce board rainbow flop right now, King Deuce in the lead with bottom pair.
20 to go.
Now I'm going to play position here and make a bet from the button, 20,000.
Yeah, and the problem is there's a couple players behind you. I understand why you're getting rid of that. King Deuce now. Wesley with ace high, who has the best hand. Oh, and there's a deuce if he would have stayed. But now the ace high flush draw comes into play for Wesley. Oh, quad deuces. Runner, deuces.
Tane,
quads.
Tane would have hit quads. And
I bet Wesley calls us.
Check from Wesley. And he folds it, and Nam
Little surprise there.
putting the pedal to the metal, and that's going to pay off for him here.
Yeah.
And if you noticed a comment about our chips, we now have a second. We now have a second collection of chips. What am I trying to say? Anyway, you've noticed that the chips look a little differently from what we normally have. Now that we did get this extra set, that's what I was looking at, a second set of chips. We have overlapping tournaments, ladies and gentlemen. Either, when we had the dual tournament with the team event, or when we're running 2 flights starting at 11 a.m. and then 6 p.m., the 11 a.m. is going to run over past the start time of the 6 p.m., and we start that tournament anyways. So we start with a different set of chips so that those do not get intermingled and do not...
Yeah,
so let's...
They're blinging. Yeah, real quick on that
Heads
last
up.
hand. We got a new hand right now, but I want to say one thing. I was trying to get up, but a little surprised with calling with ace high. If you're calling with ace high and you get the runner deuces,
Yeah,
I was just a little surprised that there wasn't a call on the river there.
right.
That one shocked me a little bit. Because what helped him? It looks like King 4 is going to take this down. Check it on down. Oh, the Merlot merch. Yes, April. Trust me. Vic does have a special ring when he says that. I will admit he is smooth when he says the Merlot. Merch.
Merlot.
Yes.
Yeah, Paul's got the
Yeah, he's
Merlot
got it on right now.
Yep, he does.
Going around the table, catching up. Tane with ace 7. He's going to push Coach with the old 7 deuce suited. Going to get out of the way with the cowboy hat on. The old saying, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. Now young Cooter, the ace 9 suited, sees a low stack making a move, and he's going to single this action out. Yeah, Tane didn't want to hear that re-raise. No, that's not good, and he's going to be drawing the 3 outs. Ace 7 versus ace 9. Definitely a possibility of a chop. And we got a 10 queen 3 board, and there's an ace. And the 4 that will not be a chop. Young Cooter knocks out another player. Tane, thanks for playing. Nice run. And young Cooter adding to the stack. He's becoming a force on this live stream tonight. You got Cowboys, you got Warlocks, you got young Cooters. Everyone battling at the poker table. Mario's here. Yes, Cody Dog giving a little love to Mario. And here it is. Proc with King Queen. And I'm now with the Nemesis, and this is why I don't like this hand playing big in tournaments unless you're the one raising but calling with it. It's most of the time not good. Smart fold. Young Cooter, does he play the heater? He's ahead.
77.
He's got 267 in front of him. He's going to let it go. Riley with the 9-4 offsuit. Not in love. Easy snap fold. And Proc picking up 20K. He'll take it. About a fourth of his stack. No sweat. Get some money for your blinds. Good timing.
Jack.
That's what I have.
Huh?
Yeah, free fire folding runner under quads, but at the same time, you flop, you know, a gentleman bets in there, you got two players behind it, and all you have is a pair of deuces with a king kicker. But yeah, it definitely still stings.
Again?
That's the bet.
Back to the action.
Maybe I have to go back and go put off.
Jeremy looking down at Jack 9, gets out of the way. Nam. Riley, pocket fours. And here comes the push. And Riley takes it down. Nice hand, Riley.
Yeah.
Picking up the blinds and the antes.
So I just spoke with the Wizard, and we will be just live streaming here tonight until 1:15. So we've got 20 minutes left. We will be, of course, publishing on Facebook the names and the chip counts for whoever advances to day 2. I will talk about that certainly right away so that we know, so that you know who from day 1A. But you'll have to be updated on Facebook in terms of which of the 18 of these players advance to day 2. Just to give you a heads up, stay with us all the way to 1:15, ladies and gentlemen. We're at 79 likes, and I think by 1:15 we can get to 100. We only need 21 more. And Proc now with 90,000 in the small blind, 8-6 of clubs, all in, and takes down the blinds.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, please hit that like button. We're really close to that 100, our ultimate goal. We just need 20 more likes. That puts us in the third and final tier of the algorithms on YouTube. Also, thank you so much for joining us on our day 1 of our $250,000 guaranteed prize pool, 50K guaranteed for first place. We had our day 1A and 1B. We also have two day 1 flights on Friday and Saturday at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Day 2 will be live streamed right here on YouTube, live at the reserve.
Yep.
Playing it all the way down. Myself and Vic will be here calling the action with you guys. Should be a fun day, action-packed day. Yeah, where are we on likes? We're up to 80 now.
26 total.
Nam with pocket 7s, Coach behind him with queen 10. Also, don't forget about our seniors event this Sunday, 50 and over at 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
That's our only one-day tournament left in our series other than the main event, which is multiple days. Mario coming along with King 5 suited.
Heads up action.
And right now, 7s are looking good. Little C-bet? No, slow playing. Free card, and now that gives Mario some more outs. 10 gives him a straight to Broadway.
Looks like Mario's going to take a stab at this.
15 total.
Let's see just how savvy Nam is. He's been playing really the poker that we've seen. Been very strong. And there's a quick call there. Mario does not catch up, but let's see if he wants to continue to represent.
Check.
And he checks it, and they check it to showdown.
Nam's going to be thrilled right now.
Yep.
I bet in his mind he's like, this can't be good. And he's going to see that pot come his way. And sometimes those little pots like that are just as good as a big double up because you thought there was no way with 3 overs hitting.
Otis, you're right. We're down to 27, 26 players here. So we'll get that graphic caught up. We are down to 3 tables. Day 1A, Cody B. bagged $2,275,000. He is right now the chip leader going into day 2. Timothy M. $1,376,000. Jason K. $554,000. Selby, very familiar name to many of you, $544,000. Bringing up the bottom of the list, 18, 17, and 16, Steve Johnson bagged $60,000. We saw him earlier on our feature table trying to double bag, and we know he will do that. Try that again over the next 4 flights at some point. Miles, $128,000.
And here's an all-in.
There's an all-in now from Mario. Mario with Queen Jack of clubs. Coach had just made the call of 12,000. The blinds are currently 6, 12, and 6. Nam gets out of the way. Coach can't afford to make the call. Let's see if he wants to do that. He would be behind.
Well, this is almost half his stack, though. That's
Yep.
too rich for 10 high.
So,
I mean, and just an example, guys, sometimes you want to switch gears. Right now, limping in that early position when the blinds are this big, it's not what I would actually much rather raise with the 10-9. You might have even just been smooth called there instead of shoved all in. And then you could have seen the flop. Well, yeah, 2 players now over $500,000.
Yeah. And speaking of $500,000, Jason K, 554, Selby 544, Charles Z, 416,000, Anthony V, 410,000, Enright, as in Mr. Bob Enright, 341,000, Johnny N, 334,000. These are the people that bagged today. Derek B with 300,000, Daniel G with 254,000, Philip H 236,000,
bumping it up.
Joseph F with 232,000, Sean C 230,000, Bob K 191,000, Corey S 154,000. As I mentioned, Jake M 138,000, Miles 128, and Steve Johnson, number 18, from our earlier flight, day 1A, at 60,000.
Nemesis here.
Jeremy now in the cutoff with the Nemesis. Wesley in the
danger.
Queens. Yep. Wesley raised it up to 42,000. Having one heck of a feature table here. He's going to make the call. Mario gets out of the way. Nam. Nope. Coach now with the Moose. He gets out of the way. We're going to go heads up to the flop. Paul in that good-looking Merlot shirt putting the flop out.
Check. We got heads-up action here. Nemesis versus Queens.
Check, check.
Another 10.
And another check here from Wesley.
Another free card with that, with that 108 in the middle.
Boy.
A little surprised.
Very surprised, particularly the action that we've seen Wesley provide for us. And the Queens take it down.
Well, it takes it. I mean, when you're a Warlock, though, you don't have to worry about the one outer hitting. He's got the magic tonight. The magic, man. It's been a pleasure really watching Wesley start from such a low stack when the live stream started and working his way up to this juggernaut that he has. And he's not going to give those chips away easily.
Yeah, Otis, Dominic was talking about that earlier, about where you might be comfort-wise going into day 2, given what the stacks look like so far. I mean, if you're at $500,000, you're really feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
You really want to be probably at that 300,000 to 350,000 watermark. The blinds will probably start at 3,000, 6,000, 3,000. That's what we've seen before, but that is determined only until all 6 flights are completed.
So yeah, if it goes down to 6,000, really, if you think about it, if you even have 120K, you got 20 bigs.
That's 20 bigs right
So,
there.
I mean, you're still fine.
Mario now with King Queen
Beautiful structure.
in the cutoff.
Not just saying that. Great tournament structure here at the reserve.
And I believe that was that a raise? That might have been a raise there. But anyway, Mario's going to take this down.
So Jay Woody says, checking down queens on the board, LOL. But I want to say this. I agree with you, Jay Woody, that sometimes that is a little weird. No, Jay Woody, that second comment I do not agree with at all. But what I'm going to say is, with your first comment, is that he mixes it up. And I think when you watch this sometimes, players, and I might react to something, but when it can digest a little bit, do you want to see a player every single hand playing it every single way, especially when you're sitting at a table for hours upon end? So I don't blame, as long as he's not going to get married to it, if a card comes on the river that was a bad one and he pays someone off. But if you want to switch it up, I think that's a good card player. Now, if we said, okay, was a hand sometimes misplayed, sure, but I don't mind it. And look at here.
Yeah,
The
Coach is
Nemesis-
going to raise this up to 35,000 from the button.
The Nemesis again, by the way.
And young Cooter with the Nemesis is going to come call, and so does Wesley with Queen 9 offsuit. So we're going to go 3-handed to the flop. Small blind, young Cooter.
And Queen, pair, there's the Warlock, top pair.
Top pair, but Coach, look at Coach here
Yeah,
getting 2
ace high
spades.
flush draw.
35 total.
And he's going to come along, keeping him honest. 2 players going to the turn here. 146 in the middle. There's a 4 of clubs. Check, check. And now a 10.
No help for Coach here.
35.
And he's going to go for some value here, 35,000. Coach missed the world here after that flop.
Can't have any earbuds in, smart watches.
And he does make the call.
And
Wesley
also-
gets the value there.
And for the amount of money in that pot, too, Coach might have just wanted to see what he was playing for 35K. I think that was what we call a max value moment for Wesley.
Absolutely, yeah.
I still disagree with that. But
Well, I'm glad you're using the word soft play there. Appreciate
I
that.
didn't get a count for it.
That's our most excellent
I didn't get a count.
floor
Also-
manager, Brian Smith.
to go with that hand, though, too, since that is the topic right now, I mean, if a player literally is putting another one on maybe some high cards like a king, queen, or an ace, jack, and he's trying to bait him in to see if he'll take the bait on checking his queens a couple of times, I don't mind a player trying to get creative, especially a new player sitting at the table. We've seen a lot of times where some of these guys are just shoving once you check into them because they're sensing weakness, and I think trapping's part of the game. Now, does it backfire sometimes? Sure, but that's poker.
Yeah.
Every single strategy. C-bets backfire sometimes when
Yes.
you just do a continuation bet.
Nam now with the moose. 8-5. He's still above $500,000 in chips. And we got another player joining us, Joe, in the cutoff with 9-4. He's coming in with 300,000 in chips.
36 total.
Yeah, this is
And
Joe's
he's-
first time in the club today, by the way, Vic.
He's going to raise this up. The blinds are now 8, 16, and 8. Oof. Reminder, we've got 10 minutes left here to tonight's live stream. We just wanted to bring you a flavor of what's going on here with our $250,000 prize pool guarantee. And now we've got young Cooter, ace, king of hearts. And the graphics were not incorrect. That's pocket twos for Joe.
Yeah, the Mighty Ducks hand.
Mighty Ducks.
And he lets it go, and now young Cooter is going to take down a nice pot pre-flop. And like I said, Joe, first time live in the reserve, first time on the live stream. So, Joe, good luck to you the rest of the way right now.
80 likes, 81 likes right now. Give us what you've got. We've only got 10 minutes left tonight. The next time you're going to see us will be for the feature leading to the final table on Sunday, where we will crown a winner who will take home a first place guarantee of $50,000. We take top 10% from each of the flights. This morning we took 18 players. There's 18 players going to be advancing from this flight. Sunday will start at noon. Just pay close attention to when we live stream next. I don't know if we'll start at noon. There's a good chance we'll start at around noon or 1 o'clock here with the live stream. Really just depends on.
So you got to hit that bell, that notification where you subscribe.
Quam now, Nam now with pocket queens.
Queens and fours, back to back.
Going to raise this up, 36,000. Blinds at 8, 16, and 8. Young Cooter with pocket fours. He's going to make the call. And Riley, who's really done a pretty good job of hanging in there, just hanging in there, which at this point can mean everything.
And we got an ace-7-7 board, rainbow. Oh, I'm sorry, not rainbow. We got clubs out there, but neither player has a club in their hand.
No, check, check. And check, check. And the queens get the check mark.
A little action killer on that flop.
Yep. Between the sevens and the ace and the clubs.
I'm surprised you don't have a club there.
So Wesley now at 700,000. Nam close to 600,000. Is that close enough to call it 600,000?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, that is rounding area right there.
Rounding area, coach at 320,000. And we mentioned, and I'll go through it again real quick, for those of you missed the names and the amounts that I listed for day 1A, start at 11 o'clock this morning. They finished around 7 p.m. 18 players advancing to day 2. Let's get through this next hand, and then we'll go down that list of 18 players and their chip count. Again, if you let's take Steve. Let's take Steve Johnson, for instance, who bagged 60,000. He's going to go for a double bag. If he does that, it's going to get $1,200 right away. But also, he's going to take the larger of the 2 bags.
Ace-9 suited for Jeremy.
Into day 2.
I don't want to look back.
A raise to 35,000 from the young Cooter, and now a call from Jeremy. Ace-9 of clubs. Here's the flop.
Top pair for young Cooter with King 10.
Okay. I just lost 4,000. Quarter.
25 to go.
So here it is from day 1A. Cody B, 2,275,000. Timothy M, 1,376,000. Jason K, 554,000. Selby, number 4 here with 544,000. Charles Z, 416,000. Anthony V, 410,000. Enright, Mr. Bob Enright, 341,000. Johnny N, 334,000. Derek B, 300,000. Daniel G, 254,000. Philip H, 236,000. Joseph F, 232,000. Sean C with 230,000. Bob K, 191,000. Corey S, 154,000. Jake M, 138. Miles with 128,000, and Steve Scuba Steve Johnson with 60,000.
Just getting in there. And here's Riley.
We're going to be signing off here in probably about 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, for the night. Please stay tuned, and you'll be able to see on Facebook which one of the 18 players from tonight's flight advance into day 2. We've got a heads up right now between young Riley.
Pocket threes versus suited ace-5 of spades. 184 in the middle.
And Riley's getting some change. So this is not necessarily the end of the night for Riley if he
pocket less.
doesn't avoid. Oh, and there's the ace.
And Proc is looking to double up now. 184 in the middle. Yep, ace-5 hits 2 pair. Proc back in the game. Nice
Back
hand.
in the game for Proc.
Just an ego game.
Tomorrow, April the
Just ask me, might want to
first
I know, but I was
flight
focused
starts
on
at 11 a.m.
of the hand.
I'm still
We will not, right now, we are not scheduled to live stream tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday. We'll be live streaming on Sunday.
Appreciate that.
And that start of that tournament is at noon. And I can't for sure tell you right now. We will be starting at 12:15 on Sunday with a feature table going to the final table. Really depends on the manpower today. We had an opportunity with the manpower that we had scheduled of dealers and the excitement that everybody felt about this day one to come on and do this live stream for you. We will definitely be live streaming on Sunday. At some point, a feature table going to the final table. I just can't tell you for sure what time that'll start at this moment.
And Coach with pocket jacks. Raises up to 32K, and I heard all in. Yeah, Proc with ace-king offsuit. Big hand alert. Closing this live stream off with a bang in these last couple hands. Couple all-ins. I don't think Coach is going to be folding this for 184K.
How do I fold this?
Are the prices right? 152.
How much is it?
Jay Whitty, I want to answer your question here in just a minute because it's a very good question. What time is a late reg till tomorrow? And I can give you those times for both the 11 a.m. start and the 6 p.m. start. But let's take a close look at this hand.
There's a big one brewing up. Coach is really thinking about possibly laying these jacks down.
Yes, he is.
And, oh. I mean, right now, if you're putting your player either... I wouldn't blame him. I don't know if I could fold this right now. See, they've got queens, kings, aces, or ace-king, I guess. If you've got that mentality, then there's only one hand that you like.
And a
lets it
fold
go.
there from Coach. Wow.
And it was the only hand, really. He must have put him on a monster, which he was right. He had
Yeah,
a monster
Buck,
hand, and that
Buck,
was the
you're
only
right.
one
That's
that
a
you're
tough spot.
going up against.
So for our 11 a.m. starts, the second break is at 2:30, and then we do a 30-minute break at that time. So 3 p.m. That'll
Perfect.
be when late reg is over. For our 6 p.m. starts, this is the next 2 days. Our second break will be at 9:30. So basically 10 p.m. will be the end of late registration. A lot of excitement today. That's why we came on. This $250,000 prize pool guarantee tournament is the biggest for the reserve. We've been here for 2.5 years. We continue to expand and grow our tournaments and the number of and different types of tournaments that we have, the entry levels. So it's just so exciting. We wanted to share some of that excitement with you tonight. We want to thank you so much for joining us. Please go to the reservepoker.com for more information, or give us a call here at the cage, and you can get whatever information you're looking for. The 2023 Fall Series main event, $250,000 prize pool guarantee, $50,000 guaranteed for first place, $260 buy-in, $40,000 starting stack. All of the day one are 25-minute levels, but day two will be 35-minute levels. Late entry until start of level 9, top 10% advance to day two. And they receive, when they advance, right now, no delay,
$300.
$300.
And maybe there's someone who double bagged tonight that might get $1,200.
Might get $1,200
on day
tonight.
one. There's two events. If someone
So-
double dips in one day, I mean, pretty impressive.
We love you all very much. I mean, really, you mean so much to us, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we hope to see you very soon. Please be safe.
October 29th, this Sunday. See you soon. Take care.